I just sent you a message saying that the daily. I don't know if you see, but live. But yeah, nice day. Everybody else's day going. I know Omni. No, I'm not a national social. No, I'm not national. I'm not nationalist. I think the ideas of nationalism often are like they're poor in the sense that they lead to countries often doing like negative for their populace. No, I'm not. If you want to know what, like, I'm just progressive leaning. How I would lean. Um, I'm not like I wouldn't consider anything my stances on like politics to be super hard along the lines of in the terms of like adhering strictly to one political system. Hi Cole, you have a request here too.
Yeah, I noticed.
Hi King, can I get your age and pronouns, please?
Hey, how's it going? 28 years old. He, him.
You disagree with the prompt?
Sorry, before we begin real quick, because somebody already decided to throw half a slur in the comments, be respectful, don't say slurs, and you won't get muted or blocked. That's all. Thanks. Go ahead.
Are you talking to me personally, or are you talking to everyone?
No, I'm just talking to the 7 people that are here because one of them already decided to do that.
Well, I mean, I feel like this topic gets a lot of that kind of things, but I don't think transgenderism is a mental illness. I think it's a mental malfunction. Um,
Okay, a couple of things. Transgenderism is not a thing. It's just being transgender. And 2, do you think that somebody with like autism would be having like what did you call it? A mental malfunction as well then? Or
yeah, a malfunction in their mental capacity and use of
wow.
it. Yeah.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm autistic and I don't think that my brain is malfunctioning. Second of all, I'm trans and I don't think that my brain is malfunctioning. Just
So,
because something is different, that doesn't mean it's malfunctioning. This type of diversity is very expected within the entire human race. So I would just word things better. Just because somebody is divergent from the normal or is atypical, that doesn't mean that they're mouth functioning. That's all for now. Sorry, go ahead, host.
Yeah, I was gonna just ask, what do you mean by like mental malfunction?
I mean, something is wrong with the brain to be doing this to you, pretty much. It's not working at 100% full capacity, I guess.
Well, there's something different, but it doesn't diminish our capacity. It just means we process things differently. Sorry, I keep butting in stuff. Go
Oh,
ahead.
so hey, Cole, tell me, you have autism and you're transgender?
A transgender. I'm a
Yeah.
transgender person because I'm a
Okay.
person, but yes.
Right, you're a trans person.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I,
I mean that
I
that
honestly didn't think we could beat some of the shit we got yesterday, but
well,
that was pretty
hold on. I
goofy.
mean, I'm just looking at, I'm looking at the data, and autism has been rising up for the past 50, 60, 70 years, right?
No.
No, autism hasn't been rising. It's just being diagnosed more regularly at this point.
Oh, so it's 100% due to we're diagnosing it more. You don't think
Yeah,
that
actually, this is actually really well understood because what we
what?
see is we see the massive spike in rates is primarily due to the diagnosis of individuals which we would consider to have like lower levels of autism, so like level 1 or level 2. That's
Wow.
just based off of what the DSM-5
Well,
classifies it.
then do you not look at those studies on what they show produces autism, or like, hey, this is eating this type of thing or having
It
this thing
just
injected
happens.
inside
No,
of
no, no,
That's
you?
no, no, no,
we
no.
can't spread
Mm,
misinfo. Go ahead, Tom.
What do you mean
Hello.
misinfo?
I
Not
actually
misinfo.
study psychology. What do
This
you mean
isn't
by
about.
cause autism? Because people have said, "Oh, this causes autism. This causes." No, it doesn't. Autism, for one, can be a genetic thing. Um, so the only thing that I guess causes it is your genetic bloodline. Um,
Well, hold on. Autism has nothing to do with psychology.
well, it is a
uh,
Are
psyche
you
it
kidding?
actually does. What do you mean? What do you mean? Yes, it does.
Autism has nothing to do with psychology.
Do you know what psychology is? Do you know what psychology is? What? I mean, I may not be the best because I'm learning it. I'm a newbie in psychology, but I'm pretty sure it does.
I'm pretty sure psychologists can diagnose autism. Like, come
Yes,
on. Are you
they
kidding
do.
me? Are just but they have nothing to do with each other.
Say autism is. Oh my god. Autism is often a reaction of abuse and no, it what?
No. So yeah, the studies that like looked at autism and vaccines, you should read them because they're quite terrible when you actually look into them. The only link that they ever had like established in these studies was that some of the parents who came from an anti-vaccine organization suggested that the onset of autism was happened around the same time that the children were receiving the MMR vaccine. Further studies have shown that there's actually no correlation between individuals who get vaccinated and if you have and those who are diagnosed. There's no correlation whatsoever, let alone like
We don't.
causation.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, finish up. Was that it?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, we nobody feels the need to tell strangers, especially our gender. If you're specifically asking why we have these types of discussions, it's because in the United States, we have a lot of legislation that is proposed and passed against us, and not a lot of it fails. So at this point we need to protect people who are trans, whether we're trans or not. Like, the host literally is not even trans, he's cis. So I don't get why you think we just need to tell strangers our gender when we only bring it up in relevant situations. So there you go, the American. There's your answer.
I love how the guy just left after going on teacup.
I know, right?
Yeah, I think he was trying to run and it wasn't working.
He blatantly said something that is incorrect and figured out that he couldn't prove that it was correct, so he just left.
Bro's still watching. Find that funny.
No, really? Is he?
See?
I just checked, and as
Yes, he
long as my
is.
thing is updated, then yeah, he is.
Oh my gosh. No, he is.
I'll send him an invite. I don't know why he. Yeah, he left for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Maybe he
Why are
got a
they
call?
commenting body
Giving
dysmorphia?
him. That's not a discussion for today.
Why are they commenting that? This is random.
Yeah, doesn't.
If
It's
he's
not
going
relevant, you know?
I could probably ask who is it Mama, because doesn't she work in the medical field doing like insurance stuff? Oh, it's actually coded.
Who?
Mama Corrupt?
I don't
Yeah.
know, and I don't associate with her anymore.
Oof.
Okay. Good
There's
to
some
know.
tea to share later.
Yeah, I'd have to ask my friend who. Uh, they were the main person involved with it, so I'd have to ask if I could even share what happened.
Sure.
How's everybody's day going?
Good.
The sun is very bright, but other than that, it's going good. I want my car to be fixed so that I can go out there during the day because I have like very tinted windows in my car, so it helps a lot. But I'm stuck outside for now, and other than that, I'm doing good. At least it's nice-ish out.
I love how somebody just says, "Unspecific friends." Yeah, don't believe them. They're telling lies. They're
Don't
part of the
believe anything
media.
you
The
say.
big media has got to know.
Harry, I don't even think you know the situation, Harry.
Oh, but also, very last thing, if you're looking for somebody with that kind of expertise ever, Atropos has a degree as well, and practices in the mental health field, as you know. So, like, they're a pretty good person to ask about that stuff, too.
Yeah, and I also just kind of don't care how it's billed in insurance and like how it's coded medically. Like we understand that like diagnoses are done with like the DSM-5 and ICD-11 primarily. At least when it comes down to like gender dysphoria. And I forget what is ICD-11 definition or even called. I think it's gender incongruence. Yeah, gender incongruence.
You're telling people what to do and thinking they're gonna listen?
My God, sir. Who?
Literally. And also, like, fuck your god, honestly. In my opinion.
Yeah, I could try to find them, but they're just a contradiction and they're very in like their very essence of what they've been ascribed to be.
You lose him again.
You're all like, I'm atheist for logical reasons, and I'm over here like, religion hurts people all the time. Fuck your god.
Well, like just the very notion that a mind created the universe is like just gibberish when you look at it.
Wait,
Yeah.
question. Stotsky, what do you think of paganism then? Because there are some paganism religions that don't think a god created the earth. More or less, the earth is the ones that created God, and so was human.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
like
like believing in egregores and stuff like that. Like egregores are real IMO. Like even in just studying that kind of stuff in school, they'll teach you that stuff. So that literally is like our environment and our minds and ourselves like making and creating gods. So that's my 2 cents. I know you didn't ask me, but I find that really interesting.
Yeah, because I'm Celtic pagan, and our gods did not create the earth. They come from the earth.
yeah, I haven't looked too much into like pagan religions, but they seem to be a lot less dogmatic in some senses. Like they
And
don't,
contradictory.
yeah, and like they're not nearly as. It might also just be that they're not as
Prevalent.
prevalent. Yeah, there we go. Prevalent in like or Western societies currently.
Well,
So
yeah, a lot of mine was actually wiped out by Catholicism.
no
But
way.
you got
Catholicism
it.
did bad shit and wiped out your
Whoa,
ideas.
crazy.
Wild thing. You saying that the colonials did like the thing that they do and colonize? No way.
Yeah,
I don't believe
yeah,
you.
yeah. Catholicism
Where's
invaded
your
Ireland and
source?
Scotland. Therefore, everything went away.
Ooh, we have a request.
Oh,
Hi, eyes. Could I get your age and pronouns, please?
I'm 26 and I'm PM.
Do you disagree with the prompt?
There's nothing wrong with being transgender. That's not a mental illness nor a social. Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's something wrong with being trans. I don't think it's a mental illness and all that. Yeah.
Oh,
Do you agree?
Thanks for yeah.
thank
That's
you.
thanks for
Okay. Am
agreeing.
I? Do you want me to like not be up here because I'm like not up, or can I still be up here? Also, like, I'm a trans guy, so I don't know if
Oh,
that
hey.
Oh, great! That is
We're all
awesome.
trans mask at least up here. I love
Wait,
that.
Good
not
shit, good
me.
shit,
I'm
good shit.
not. No.
I
Hell
meant like
yeah.
on the panel, but yeah, you know.
And I've
yeah,
ruined
I
it.
get it.
But in the best way.
Now there's a trans femme too.
Oh no, we have all
Yay.
the friendlies up, not any of the ops. Yeah, I'm mostly looking for ops, but I guess if you're up here, you're fine.
I
have you?
I
that's
heard
your
pagan
calling.
talk and wanted in.
I can see if we could try to invite some people up here, but I'm not sure.
It's
I'm
cool
scrolling to see if I've
meeting
got any.
another. It's cool meeting another trans guy.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really have any trans friends, so that's what's up there.
I'll
Same
follow you.
except online. Because
Here, how
y'all are
about this?
great.
I follow you. There we go.
That's what
Now
I
you
Yeah,
did too.
I'll follow you
now
back.
you know another trans guy.
All right, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff.
So Pomegranate, aren't you Hellenic? Or am I misremembering?
I'm
'Cause I know
Celtic.
Celtic. The pomegranate always throws me. Every time we interact, I'm like, "You're Hellenic, right?" Because the
No, I'm not
pomegranate reminds me of.
Hellenistic. I'm not a Hellenistic pagan. I'm a Celtic pagan. I just
Yeah.
really like pomegranates and the representations that they hold.
Wait,
No,
could
that's fair.
be educated on what y'all are talking about? Because I don't know much about that.
Yeah, so pomegranate is Celtic pagan, and I'm like 50 miles to the east, Norse pagan. But the pomegranate in their name always makes me think of Persephone. And so I'm always like, "You're Hellenic," every time. And every time you're like, "No, I'm Celtic." And I'm like, "Oh God, I'm stupid." Every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I must be
Um,
fucking slow because I still have no idea what
Okay.
you're
So
talking
my name
I'm
is.
sorry. I'd rather just be
You're good.
educated.
You're good. My name is Pomegranate, which is widely associated with Persephone and Hades' myth of when Persephone is taken down to the underworld and does eat the pomegranates, where that eats the pomegranate, which makes her she has to stay in the underworld for shit. I forgot how long.
It was
Sometimes.
either,
A
it
while.
was either
A
6 or
while,
9
and then she can
months.
only leave the underworld after that while is up, and then she has to go back down. But my name is Pomegranate, mainly because I like the shit. I just said it. Like
The fruit
meaning.
pomegranate?
I like the fruit, but also the meaning behind
Like
pomegranate.
oh no, I don't know what. Okay, I would have said like the forbidden fruit. You know what I'm saying? But no.
The symbolism. I like the symbolism.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
which
just
is
wanted to know. I just want like no. Hey, I just don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. So I just wanted
No,
to know.
you're okay.
you're good.
And
Definitely wasn't the topic, which is okay, especially when friendlies are up here. At least I enjoy like just chatting
Well,
and getting on little bunny trails. But yeah,
No, you know what's crazy? Like yesterday, I was on a live and they were talking about how like trans women, I guess, can breastfeed and stuff and like all this stuff. And I was like, "Are
yeah.
you serious? I didn't know that." I think
Yeah.
a lot of people
100%. We
thought
have
I
all
was like
we have all the
hating, and I was
structures
like,
for it.
"Yeah," I was just like, "Whoa, hold on," because I'm not hating. I really just genuinely just wanted to like know about that or just educate me. If anything, like I'm not. I'm just that's it. Like that's all I wanted to know. But yeah, they did a really good job and like they told me a lot of shit, and I was like, "Wow, that's crazy." Like I never knew that. That's cool. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that's not my thing. I wasn't trying to be like an asshole or anything.
No, you're good. On a similar note, my name, conversely, does denote my paganism. So Hugin and Munin, which
Okay.
is the second half of my name that you can't really see because it gets cut off.
Yeah, all I see
are
is like
owed-
poem. That's
yeah,
probably not pronouncing that correctly.
yeah. So mine is political Hugin and Munin. And Hugin and Munin are Odin's ravens, which in English are thought and memory. And so
Nice.
it's a nod to the fact that I have a very strong passion and a degree in political science.
Nice.
But then also my paganism, and so my name in English is political thought and memory.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, that's pretty cool. I like that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
But
not
yeah,
really
so
into like religion and stuff like that. Like regardless, it's not like really my cup of tea. Like no hate to
Me
nobody, but
neither.
you know.
That's
that's
okay,
cool.
dude. I find it interesting to learn about, but not
Yeah,
necessarily
same.
like participate in.
So
Yeah, I mean, no hate. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
to like draw this to the topic, I with mine at least, I like being able to do this. So Norse pagans tend to like like how cis versus trans, it's two umbrellas. If you put it into two umbrellas, you have Norse pagans, and then you have neo schmazis appropriating Norse pagan symbology because they think it's tough.
Right. Yeah, that makes a
And the
lot of sense.
hilarity of that behavior to me is that these are people who don't like other races, don't like queer people,
Yeah, I feel like it's very
despite the fact,
controversial. Like, I mean, not controversial. It's very like a hypocritical. Like, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, they're like, everybody needs to be cis het, white people, and I'm like, that one of our gods canonically shapeshifted into a horse, got pregnant, and gave birth to another horse that was then
Loki.
taken by Odin as his steed.
Uh,
At another point,
Loki's gender
Thor,
fluid, I believe,
yeah,
right?
Thor cross-dressed to get his hammer back. Odin canonically shapeshifted into a woman, and you're over here being like, "Nah, we all got to be cis het." I'm like, "Bro, you don't know anything about this religion at all," and it's hilarious how much you're like, "Odin's a man's man."
there's
Odin at one
also
point had boobs,
there's
Yeah, I
also
so
think a lot
like,
of like.
there's an absolute shocking amount of Nazi like figures who have cross dressed. Like we have photographs of this. It's really funny. Like it's alarming how many there are.
the same
Yeah,
guys that'll tell you
no,
that
but
you
they
can't
sit
do
here
Like,
and
that.
they hate on trans people and just the LGBT
right?
in general. It's insane.
It reminds me of Brian Nome recently. Like, honestly, like, you hate us, really?
Did you ever watch Ragnarok on Netflix, Cole? I know I recommended it to you.
I
Have you ever played the game, like the God of War Ragnarok game?
No, I haven't, but I've watched somebody play God of
Oh
War.
my God! Please play that game.
Wait, which
Please play
game?
that game.
Which game?
Play God of War
Oh,
Ragnarok, and
I own
then
that.
I
yes,
did
and
hear
then
they got
that
a good
one, and
deal of
then
our
the other
mythos
one
right.
before that is fucking great. It's such a good game.
Yeah,
Yes,
God
I
of
own a Ragnarok. I have some problems with the control system, but that's probably just me.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I get what you're saying because yeah, it's a lot because you have like a bunch of different weapons and you have to like sit here and swap them out and blah 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 blah. Yeah, I get that.
I do think they have like a number of accessibility features though, don't they? I'm thinking of
Yeah,
six. Never
yeah,
mind.
essentially, yeah.
And from what I heard, they got a lot of our myth right, and that's honestly surprising. A lot of people misunderstand or take like 3 lines from the Eddas and go, "Cool, now we're going to extrapolate this into an entirely new concept." I'm just like, that's cool. That's like not somebody's religion or
I feel like
anything.
that's
But
kind of
like,
what they did with like Assassin's. Like, I listen. I don't really know much about like Assassin's Creed to be honest, but like I think they did a
yes.
lot of didn't like depict everything as they should have with Assassin's Creed. Like, I guess people were like really
So
pissed off about it, but I don't know much
so
about
I
that. You know
own
what
that
I'm saying? But
game.
mhm.
And part of what people were flipping out about it was the not good part of the umbrella was a lot of that, because they depicted um, some of the gods as POC and things like that, and it pissed them off because brown people. Ugh.
Yeah,
Um,
yes. Because
but
there's
they
like a
did
black assassin or
also,
something like that,
yeah,
right?
they did also, however, misrepresent some of the myth, but in small, subtle ways that, like, if you're making it into a game, you kind of have to give the player any agency,
Right.
right?
Yeah, I agree with you.
And
Yep,
so,
yep, yep.
like, for me, yes, I would have liked if they could have kept closer to the myth. However, I also would have been really bored playing the Eddas, the game. Like, that would have
Yeah.
taken so much of the fun out of the game. So, like, I understand, and honestly, I'm okay with it.
Right. You like have any of you guys like played like The Last of Us? And like there's like a trans guy in there, so I guess people were really up in arms about it. And me personally, as a trans guy, I'm kind of annoyed that they sat here and put like a cisgendered woman as like to play the fucking trans guy. Like it's like no hate, but it's also just like why couldn't you just find a trans guy to play the fucking role? Like I don't
Or a
understand. I don't know.
guy, like a
that
cis
part.
guy.
Yeah, or that, yeah, exactly. Like I
Because, like,
personally,
I'm
I
gonna
would be
be
like,
honest.
just fucking put a trans guy in there. There's so many trans guy actors. It's like, how the fuck did you do that? Like,
Well, and even if they had given the role to a cis guy, because like my ex-husband, I knew him before he came out, right?
mhm.
That man looks more like a man now than I did before I came out.
That's a trans guy, your ex
Yeah.
husband.
So like you're gonna stand here and look at me and be like, nah, we got to get a cis woman to play this trans guy because it won't look right otherwise. And I'm like, really?
Bro,
Because my ex-husband looks like more of a man than I did
you know what
before I
really
came out
pisses
and
me
started
off
dating
too?
women.
Like, have you ever watched like the L Word? Well,
I have not.
there's the L Word, and then there's like the L Word Generation Q. So it basically brings a lot more like trans guys. I'm sorry, excuse me. A lot of trans guys like into like the show or whatever, but like most of them, and like, listen, I'm not like, no hate to like trans guys being gay or whatever, but like a lot of trans guys aren't fucking gay, and like every single fucking time I see a trans guy being like, you know, presented in like a show or whatever the fucking case may be, they always have to be gay. Like they always like cis men. It's like, it's not like, what the fuck, man? Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like me personally, it kind of annoys the shit out of me. Like, and I like, no hate, but like, to sit
I
here and have everybody sit here and be like a gay trans guy, it's fucking, and it's annoying.
Yeah, because that is actually more of a rare thing. A lot of trans guys are more what you would call like straight. I'm the exception, but it is rare to find other trans guys.
So you like men?
Well, technically, I like men, women, non-binary. I'm
So
pansexual.
you're
I
like
don't give
pan?
a
Yeah, I'm about
shit.
to say. So you pans? No, good shit. Yo, I love that. I love that for you.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
As
I
long
love
as they
that for
have a
you.
good
Yeah,
personality. I kind of really don't see gender when I look at a person. I
right.
see a person. So
Yeah,
that's
you
just
just
how
love
I
love.
am. But it
Hmm.
is also rare to find pan guys. I pan trans guys. I really mostly see trans guys being either straight or maybe bi.
Yeah, I
So
think I see a lot of like, me personally, I always see like, I don't really ever see straight trans guys. Like me personally, like I am a straight trans guy. Like I like cis women. Um, I'm also like, I don't know how to like say that, but beside the point, like, yeah, I do. I always see more like gay trans men or like bisexual trans men. Like I never see like just a straight trans guy that just like cis women and like only cis women kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I
But like no
know
hate,
another
like
creator
seriously,
on
just
here
no
like
hate.
that.
Like it's just like it's just irritating. Huh?
Exactly. I know one other trans guy on here. His name is Leen, Leen. And he has videos with his girlfriend. He talks about being straight and like not seeing a lot of other straight trans guys, stuff like that. I am also pan, but I end up with guys more often. I don't know why that is. Like it's not on purpose. But yeah, and I mean I was married for 3 years, so I was out of the game for a hot second. But even like now, somehow the safest person that I like knew, was friends with and got close with, ended up being a guy. So now I've been in a relationship with him for a little while. So yeah, and I love that he appreciates the fact, because I'm non-binary, even though I'm like FTM.
We're like, yeah,
Um,
I get it.
yeah, but he sees the gayness in it, even though like I haven't had top surgery. I've been on T for a little while, but like most people still perceive me as a woman in person. And he doesn't necessarily, which I just love. And I'm also getting surgery this year, so that'll be taken care of soon. Anyway,
Oh, nice. Wait. I'm sorry. Hold on. Can I ask like when are you gonna get it? Like, are you getting like a full double mastectomy, or is it gonna be like periella, or you know?
so for
If you
me,
don't
I'm
mind me
getting.
asking.
No, you're
Yeah,
totally cool.
yes.
I'm actually very excited about it.
Good for you,
So
man. I'm
I
excited for you. I had
thanks.
my top surgery already. I had it a couple years ago, so yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I've been wanting to get it for a really long time, but Trump or whoever, federal funding was pulled from Medicaid to
Yeah.
actually be able to pay for it.
Mhm.
So I was set up with my top surgeon and everything, and then they pulled that funding, so I couldn't get it covered. And I got back on my, because I'm 24. No, I'm not 24 anymore. Sorry, I'm 25. Still messing with my head. I just turned 25 on the 7th, but this is like my last full
Happy
year on my
belated.
mom's insurance. So
Yo,
I'm
no,
paying.
seriously, try to get it done now because that's what I had to do. I had to like,
Exactly.
yeah,
So I'm paying to be on
seriously,
her
like it helps a
insurance.
lot. It helps
And
so much.
the best part about it, okay, so my plan doesn't have a deductible, but it does have a max out of pocket. And it was like
Right.
$4,500, which is already half of the price of surgery. So I was like, even if I have to go into medical debt, if I don't get close to my deductible before the end of the year, that's fine. Well,
But
I
I feel
ended
like
up getting
$4,500, like that's a lot, but it's not something that like you can't like. It's not like it's like fucking 20 G's. You know what I'm saying? Like you could probably
yeah,
pay that off
and
pretty well, depending. I don't know your life. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
I'm disabled, so I
Okay,
can't
okay,
work in a lot of situations.
okay.
When I like applied for disability a few years ago, the judge basically came back and said, after all the appeals and everything, like, you're as close to being like qualifying for disability as you can be without qualifying, essentially. So
Okay,
I'm
okay.
I might try again sometime, but I do work. I just don't work a lot. I make a decent amount of money for the work that I do, for sure. But like $4,500 is about what I make in a year, a little less than what I make in a year. So like
Oh, okay.
it's still like an unreachable goal for me personally. But I knew I could handle like medical debt payments because there's no
Wait.
interest in all that
All right.
shit.
So
So that's what I
quick
was gonna
question.
do. And then I got into this really bad car accident like in the middle-ish of February.
Mhm.
And I ended up having to go to the ER, and they put me into like the critical care unit overnight, even though I was fine. I just had some soft tissue damage. That was all. Um, but I'd been waiting to get, because I still have secondary picking up all of my copays and anything that primary doesn't. So Medicaid's still
Right.
paying for things that primary isn't. So I'm not paying a penny, right? But I'm trying to meet that $4,500 copay. And we recently got the bill back, and it was 10 times that. It was $45,000. Again, mind you, I'm not paying for a penny of that. But I met my max out of pocket early in the year, and my surgeon's currently, as of the middle of March, was scheduling out into July. So it's going to be a few months. I'm going to have my letter in by the end of April. And then they'll put in the PA and everything, and then I'll get scheduled probably sometime between, if I had to guess, August and October. That's my best guess because I haven't been able, because I don't have my letter in yet. I haven't been able to do like pre-op and
Dude,
stuff.
the
So
letter
it's not like
for me to get
scheduled,
the
but I'm really
letter.
excited.
Yeah, I mean the letter was such a fucking pain in the ass. When I tell you, I had do also I wanted to ask you real quick before I even say anything. Do you have like a Planned Parenthood around you at all?
I'd have to look into it again. I'm not driving right now because I was actually driving with hand controls in my
Even
previous
if you
car.
call them, seriously, even if you
So
call
yeah,
them, they will help you if you do have a Planned Parenthood around you. I personally did not go through Planned Parenthood personally, but there are Planned Parenthoods like if you are in the United States and like you have one around you. Seriously, please call them because they will help you so much financially with getting like gender affirming care, whether it's hormones, whether it's the surgeries or not. Like they will help you a lot. You just have to. It's I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a fucking pain in the ass to like go and deal with all that shit, but they will help you so hard. Especially if you can't like do it financially and stuff, like seriously try to like go through them and see if they can like help you out with financially or like just trying to get like well you got your letter like me me personally I had to do a fucking lot to get my letter and like this I swear to God even till this day like I'm like that lady was a fucking angel because she called me out of nowhere and I was like, she's like, hey, I'm here to like give you your letter. I said, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, are you serious? She's like, I'm like, oh my God, please, like, thank you so much. Like, I was like profusely, like, just like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, cause I had no idea how the hell I was gonna get that fucking letter, and she got it for me, and me personally, like, I didn't go through Planned Parenthood. I was fortunate enough to like have my underneath my dad's insurance and stuff like that. The problem was that I was out of network, so like, and like my dad doesn't live in like the same state that I do, so like for me to go all the way out to like where he was at, it was just a lot, and like, and they couldn't like take care of me afterward, because when you do get your top surgery, depending on like what you get, they don't give you like narcs or anything. Like for me personally, they only gave me like Tylenol and ibuprofen. They're like take 2 Tylenols, take a couple ibuprofens every day, take a stool softener. Cause yeah, when you shit, dude, sorry TMI, but like when you do not the do, but like when you do that, it hurts. Like because you have to like
good to
it's
know ahead of
pressure like
time.
on your chest when you push out. Like it hurts, man. It hurts. I don't know if you want to keep your nipples either, but like nipple care is like a big thing. Like
I'm
it's
not
a
keeping
lot.
mine. I'm so
Okay.
grateful. Okay, I don't mean to interject. First of
No, you're
all,
good. You're good.
thank you for the TMI because some of those things, like, only trans dudes can
Oh, dude,
tell
I could
other
tell you
trans
so much stuff. If
dudes.
you want to like hit me up like on like a DM me, I will tell you so much shit. I could show you pictures
Awesome.
and everything.
Thank you. But yeah, I
That
end
would
up
be awesome.
being Yes. Okay. So for palm too. Okay. So for me, I luckily, because I've met my max out of pocket, surgery is free.
Yeah.
Second, I don't.
Cool.
I happen to be already set up with an in-network surgeon
Good
who
stuff.
actually tries to keep costs really, really low. He
Yeah.
covers, I believe, he does everything for like 10K, even if you
Yeah,
like
mine
aren't
was like
insured or
18.
anything.
Like mine was like 18, 19.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
can run, I mean, a lot more expensive than that, as you know. But anyways,
Mm-hmm.
I have a genetic connective tissue disorder, so I'm not keeping my nipples because it would just be a lot of extra care, and I don't know how they would heal, and I don't feel like any euphoria from having nipples or anything. So I'm like,
Yeah.
it just doesn't matter to me. But I also live near enough. It's still a couple hours, but I live near enough to Cleveland Clinic that like they kind of they're not Planned Parenthood, obviously, but they're
Yeah.
really good about caring for transgender people, even transgender youth, whenever they're able to like have access to that care and everything. So if anyone happens to live in Ohio, I definitely recommend, because someone who used to be one of my friends also got his top surgery there by a different top surgeon, and was really happy with the results. So I'm just excited to get it done. I'm going full flat, no nipples. Because I don't care about
So
that.
are
But
you getting? Are you? So you're not getting? Oh, okay. So you wouldn't get like perialis, I guess. Like you're
yeah,
not
my
going.
chest is too
Oh.
big. I'm gonna
Well,
have to
can you
get
can you
a
still
double
do
incision.
that if you like have if you don't want nipples, if you do like perialis, I guess maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, you probably
Oh.
could, but my chest is not small enough for that at all. I have
Okay.
to get double incision. I was, before I
Yeah, me
like
too.
was on T, I was a 28 double G. Like we're
Oh
not
no!
playing.
Oh yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
that's way bigger.
Okay.
No, I'm not even trying to laugh. Like, not even trying to be a dickhead.
No,
This
it's
year.
okay.
But like, yeah,
I
no,
wouldn't share it if it
I'm
wasn't
like,
like,
yeah, I was a fucking like what, fucking like C or something.
yeah.
I was
Oh
not,
my
I
god,
was
if
not
only.
expecting the double G.
Yeah, so I definitely am just not small enough for that option
Yeah, I
of
get
getting
that.
surgery that way. But I'm just happy to get rid of them, honestly. I'm so excited. My first letter I got was in 2019. I got another letter in 2021, and now I'm getting a letter, but the person I'm getting it from is a member of the W Path.
Oh, you're
So
cool, then. Yeah, you should be cool.
yeah, I'm really excited that I get to get in touch with him. I
Well,
actually don't have a
congrats.
therapist right now, but he talks to me on the phone for like 10 minutes to see if like ongoing care with him would be something that I wanted and stuff. And he was super like chill and nice, and totally saw that we were a good fit, and wanted to get that letter in for me quickly once he knew I'd had letters sent in for years. You know, it was just insurance and school and shit like that made it so that I couldn't actually pursue getting surgery at the time. So yeah, he's gonna get it in for me. My appointment with him is in a week. It's next Saturday.
Round of applause.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. I appreciate
So
That's cool. I like that for you. I love that for you.
yeah, I'm really set to go, and I'm very excited about like even the preparation. It's work, yeah, but it's exciting, you know. So
The one thing I will say to you, like, I don't know what you want to do, but like, if you want to like have like a more masculinized chest, I will say try to work out as much as you can. Like, try to work out your chest a little bit. If anything, it does make the surgery a lot easier when you do have like a lot of muscle tissue. But yeah, you said you have a bigger size chest, so like, but either way, like even if you did do that, like that's the one thing I will say. And you don't want nipples, so you don't need to like deal with the nipple care. Um, yeah, definitely get stool softeners. I don't know if they told you to like get all your stuff. Like me personally, the surgeon that I went through, like I went through like New York City, kind of somebody over there essentially. But I'm sorry, that sounded fucking stupid. But beside the point.
no, you're fine.
but but yeah, like they told me to get like basically like $100 worth of like shit that like it depends on like what type of surgery you're getting. Like me personally, like, a lot of the stuff that I got, I just kind of got it for no reason, and like, plus you're not gonna have to deal with nipple care and stuff. I actually had this kid from like New Zealand. He's like one of my like only kind of sort of like trans guy friend, I guess you could say. He's cool people's though, but he just got his top surgery recently and stuff, and he was waiting on the list because he lives in a whole different country. Like he's not in America, so it's a lot for him, and like in other places and stuff, but like he didn't have his nipples either. But his chest looks fucking great. Like he looks so good, and it's just like it's I don't know. It's just I don't remember what I was saying. I apologize. I'm like going off.
No, it's okay. I really
Yeah,
would like
so-
to hear
Yeah,
stories
somebody
about
else wants to
that.
talk. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What was it saying? I don't know. No.
We do
Yeah.
that all the time up here. I'm probably most guilty. I don't know. Maybe.
No,
Yeah, I
no
think I
way.
have like ADHD or something.
Did
It's
you
like
just say
that.
no way, Keaton? I can't.
No
Anyways,
way.
yeah, we diagnosed with ADHD up here. I know is at least the host and I as well. So
Same.
it's okay. We do that shit all the time.
I'm actually
then-
ADHD.
Yeah, I'm ADHD as well. I'm just not diagnosed autism. I'm self-diagnosed autistic, but I'm like
Yeah.
I've had a prescription to go get diagnosed literally since 2021. So I just don't do it because ADHD. So
So-
anyways,
Nicole,
last thing I was gonna say real quick before I forget is that I have one day in the hospital overnight, and that insurance is paying for all of like the travel costs and for my mom to stay in a hotel and all that stuff.
Wait, so are you
go
getting tubes
insurance,
or
I
anything? Do
guess.
you know if you're getting like tubes or not?
Yeah, I'll have tubes for a week and then I'll go back after.
Okay,
a
I was
week
gonna
and
say I
get
think
my
you're gonna get tubes just because like you know, with all due respect, like you have a bigger chest, so I think they're gonna have to
Yeah.
do tubes. So that makes sense, yeah. But that's cool. Like, yeah, I couldn't do all that. I kind of had to basically. I was staying in Jersey, but I was like an hour and a half away from like my surgeon's office. So like they were like, oh, they were being all weird about it. Like, oh, you know, like let's say I don't know if you guys know who Sam Cullins is, but Sam Cullins had like he had his top surgery and he had like a whole like he had his chest basically started like pulling, like it was pooling.
Yeah,
on one
that's
side,
awful.
like
Like
so, like it was,
hematoma.
yeah, a bunch of blood and stuff was like in there, and it looked like he had a whole tit again and stuff. So, and that's like a big reason as to why they wanted to stay like within like the area and stuff like that. They were giving me such a hard time, but I'm like, listen, man, like I can't, like I don't have anywhere else to go. I'm sorry, continue.
I just wanted to say hour and a half is less of a drive than I have. I have a 2-hour drive.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, why are you guys like? I get it, but like, I'm not that far. I'm far, but I'm not that far. Like, you know.
wait, Cole, you're 2.5 hours from the Cleveland Clinic?
I'm two-ish. Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
from
I'd
the
probably
main
say get
campus?
like a little shitty like Airbnb just to like. You're not gonna be able like you can move like don't get me wrong, but like I don't know what it's like to have drains, but I didn't have drains, but. My shit was like they had you have to get like a binder and stuff. You have to get a binder that clips in the front.
They provide the binders, but I have everything else I'm gonna need,
Okay, yeah,
except
mine
for
did.
scar.
Like, I had to buy a lot of shit for mine. I'm sorry.
So
Sorry.
having
Go ahead.
had 2 friends go through that with the drains, follow their instructions to the letter. I had one friend who didn't and one friend who did, and their end results were very different. Walking once you reach the point that you're able to is really helpful. It helps to keep blood flow moving and stuff like that to prevent things from pooling as much. That's the 2 biggest things I can say is just make sure you follow the care instructions. It'll make a huge difference for you.
Got it. Also, apologies to my new friends that if I don't know if you've noticed, every time I'm unmuted, there's a nice echo that happens. So
Okay.
I apologize if you've been hearing that. Like you're not going crazy. It's just when I'm unmuted. I try to stay muted when other people are talking, but yeah.
And then sorry, I asked about your distance from the main campus for the Cleveland Clinic because I live in Akron.
Oh, hey, you live very near to my family. So wait, whoa, that's loud. What even is that? Okay,
Probably
anyway.
a tornado.
I'm like some sort of horn. It was just a really weird sounding horn. Anyways, do you know where Dalton is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so my grandparents lived there. I used to live in the area. We moved to where I live in Northwest Ohio now, so I'm like in the other direction. But that same house that my grandparents lived in, they moved in there with the 4 of their kids when my mom was in college. She's the oldest. And that house is still in the family. My aunt and uncle own it now. And 3-4 of my cousins are like their kiddos and step kiddos. So they all got to grow up in that nice big awesome house. And I have so many memories there.
So cool.
Yeah, so yeah, I know the area really well. My grandma used to live in Maslin too, so I'm sure you know where that's at. But
yeah.
that I know somewhat the area, somewhat.
So then I have two points of humor. One is a really tired, old, worn out joke, and that is somebody up here besides Pomegranate mentioned that they were pan. I just want to know,
I think it was me.
cast iron or Teflon coated?
I have a preference towards cast iron, but the
Me
whole point
too.
of being pan is that we
Wait,
don't
what does that
discriminate
mean?
between the type of pan.
It's a joke because it's pansexual, pan being a prefix for like all, but it also sounds like you're saying that you're attracted to cookware. And so
Oh,
the old pan joke was, I'm pansexual. I like cast iron
that's
skillets.
so stupid. I'm crying.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
And then the other one that I think is a little funny, but every time I talk to other trans people, it becomes more and more apparent how unusually weirdly accurate it is, and that is, why do I feel
Yeah.
like the universe gave the best boobs and the best dicks to the people who didn't want them?
Exactly.
Like,
Oh
hi,
my
you're a man. I'm gonna
God.
give you double G's,
So
and you're
here's
a
the
woman, and I'm gonna
thing.
give you a 12-inch dick.
Right.
Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
So my sister is also trans, and I would joke with her when she
Wow, that's
still lived
crazy.
here.
That's
Yeah. So we would joke around when she lived here. I would be like, "Do you want mine?" And she'd be like, "No, I hope that on HRT mine don't get that big." Like it's wild to me.
I'm just saying that
No, I'm
trans
sorry. I found
men,
that way too funny. I
we got to figure out
apologize.
how to do body fat like transplants, because I'm just saying the number of trans men I could have, like, I could make your double G's look tiny if I just took what all the trans men in my life didn't want and just strapped it on there.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah.
You'd have yours would be mosquito bites by comparison at that point. And like, also modular body parts 2026. I just want to be able to pop it off and hand it to a trans guy and be like, here, you can have it. I don't want it.
Please.
I'd say I could do that with my most recent ex, but there's a significant skin tone difference there. And
Oh,
I feel like
damn.
my boobs would look really weird if I'm just this pasty white Irish girl and my boobs are dark brown. I think it might become very apparent that maybe those weren't originally mine.
Not ideal. Not the greatest blending.
Never have to worry about sunburn on my boobs though.
I mean, yeah, your nips would be cooling.
We had a really great moment at a LARP event that I was at where one of the guys that was on staff was like telling everyone to put on sunscreen because we're at a campsite and it's sunny and hot, and he goes, "You're not stronger than the sun." And my now ex stands up and goes, "Actually, I am."
Indeed.
Yeah.
And so the guy that was on staff goes, "Okay, fine, everyone except you. You're not stronger than the sun."
I'm crying. That's actually really funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Solid, you've been super patient. I'm so sorry. Are you still there?
It's always a wonder if Solid's around. Actually
Is
around
Solid
when
friendly?
we're up here. Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I didn't know who they were, and I didn't want to be like, "Hi, we finally got another panelist. Let's just talk
It's
forever."
okay.
Because we
She's
put three
around somewhere
ADHD trans people in a room, and what could go wrong?
Wait, do you guys know this person?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the
Trans
internet.
or no?
Yes. Internet, not stranger.
Yeah.
Are they an op?
No.
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
Get the
Yo, what's up,
Asian
Solid? Where you at, Solid?
I will also say, do you go through the Cleveland Clinic for your HRT, Cole?
I do.
Who's your primary, like, doctor person there?
Okay,
I just want to know if we have the same one.
So I've seen a few different people for my HRT. I think I'm seeing actually just a dude who is like a PCP there now for it, but he's great with it and everything. But I saw Dr. Yu at one point, and I also saw Dr. Nia.
Gotcha. So I go through Ing.
Oh.
Which, if you get a chance, they are fantastic. They are also non-binary.
I had it is. Are they an MP?
MP.
NP.
And
A
no,
nurse
no,
practitioner.
no,
Or are
no,
they a
they're a
doctor?
doctor.
Okay. I
Dr.
don't.
Henrian.
Okay. You'll have to message that to me. But
I
yeah,
will.
I saw another non-binary person who worked there who was an NP at one point as well, and they did my intake, and that was really awesome and fun. Like, there's so much like just other queer people in those spaces, and even if they're like cis straight people, they work with those people, they know those people, and they know how the care for those people has helped them, so it's always just a really good experience there.
Yeah, he has been, or they have been, one of the most amazing doctors I've ever seen in my life.
That's awesome.
Like as a trans woman who's been on HRT now for years, like when we check in for progress and stuff like that, um, obviously there's examining the results, right? And their level of like, I don't want to make you uncomfortable. Um, how much of this are you willing to like show and like da da da? And I'll be like, I mean, here's what I've got, and I'll just take my shirt up, and I'll be like, if you want to like pressure test it or whatever, I don't know what kind of exam you need to do. And they were like, no, 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 I don't want to do that to you. And I'm just like, dude, you're a doctor. I'm here for care about this
Right.
specifically. I appreciate the level of like respect woman juice that you've been chugging, but like it's okay. You have an MD and I'm here to see you for this.
Exactly.
But like they try to be like super, super respectful of like personal privacy and boundaries, even when they're doing care about those body parts, which is super cool.
Wait. Can I ask a question? So you guys both live in Ohio, right?
Yeah, we're a couple hours from each
Yeah.
other, apparently.
Yeah. How is that going?
Not
Like,
well.
out there.
Oh,
I'm in
having Governor
danger.
DeWine, how's it going? Okay, I will say though, if you have not already heard of Greg Levy, please look into him, because we need a fucking socialist who is like out there protesting with people on the ballot, please, and B is like actually wanting to like do things that we actually like need from people. Also, like, I fucking hate Vivek Ramaswamy. That's the last thing I'll say on that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I see a lot of. Go ahead. You can go ahead. Political.
There we go. That sums it up for me.
Damn.
I'm
Yeah.
in danger.
Damn.
Sounds about
Like, my
right.
thing is too, like, and I'm like, damn, I really feel bad for the trans people that are in Ohio. Like, I live in a very democratic state that, like, shit is kind of going left for us, but it's not as bad as like, me being in like living in like Ohio or like things like that,
Or
you know what I'm saying?
Texas. Yeah.
How about
Yeah,
Kansas?
Texas. I have a lot of family
Florida.
that live
There
in
are a
Texas,
few
but
bad
like,
places
thank
to
God,
be.
dude. I have so much family that live in Texas, and like, I feel like an asshole because like I want to go out there, but I'm not about to sit here and put myself into some fucking bullshit. And plus, I'm not, with all the respect, like I'm not Caucasian, okay? Like I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like if that makes sense, and like I feel like that
Exactly.
also puts a whole other fucking like belt underneath, like not a belt, but like that puts a lot of other
There's
shit
another
underneath
target
The
on
that
your back.
belt.
intersectionality of it all. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's another target on
and
your
it's
back.
like like I'm not white, like I'm not cisgendered, like so I don't want to go out there. I don't want to go out there. And I would love to see my family, but it's like you guys can come up here if anything, but like like that's
No,
just not a thing. And it's like,
100%.
people going. I'm not going out there. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing
Even
it. I'm not going to sit
flying
here
right
and fucking
now.
fuck myself over to get fucking fucked up by ice or like or just I'm good, man. I'm good. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah,
My
like
my
when
my ex is part of the reason why like I had to learn, and while we were together and even now like we still live together, I have to be very careful about the kind of political action that I take because I can handle a target on my back, but it'll put two targets on his.
exactly.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
And I
But
have to
you
be
know
careful
what's
not to
crazy?
put him
Like,
in
I really
danger.
appreciate you for like thinking that way because a lot of people are like, "Oh, what the fuck's the problem?" and blah blah. It's like, no, you don't understand. Like, you don't get that part. Like, and I don't know, and I
Listen,
don't blame people that are Caucasian
I do.
for like not thinking like that, because it's
I
like,
do.
oh, like,
As
yeah,
adults, it
yeah,
is our
no,
responsibility to
and I do
deconstruct.
understand what you're saying. I really genuinely do understand what you're saying. I really do, but
You're
but yeah,
far
like
nicer than me.
personally, like my girlfriend, like, you know, she's not she's white essentially. So, but she like, and I, you know, I think like we had like a lot of disagreements about like politics and shit like that, and like, and now she sees
There's a
and
learning curve.
understands why I go so hard about certain things and things like that. If that makes sense, if you're like catching my grip, not trying to
Exactly.
like, you know. But you understand what I'm saying. So it's like shit like that, and it's just like, you know, like I shouldn't like, you know, I think people just need to like sit here and learn. I don't think people are, not everybody, especially not like, you know, it's just people need to like understand like this is more for certain type of people than it is for other people type of people. if that
Friends.
makes sense. Right.
Solid. Have you
Yep.
returned to us?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, shut up. I'm sorry.
Hey girl,
No,
what's
you're
up?
okay.
Also, I think we have Op. I don't
Ooh,
know who
who's the op?
Novica
Who's the op?
is.
Hello, Novica.
Can we get your age and pronouns, please?
Yo, I'm 20. He, him. I'm a male.
All right, and what do you think about the prompt?
I do think that it is a mental illness, but I don't think
Evidence?
it's something that should be, you know, shunned or made fun of. I think that they're deserving of help rather than,
feel
you
like
know.
I feel like that's not an awful start, but I would need you to tell me why you think it's a mental illness and give me some like
I mean, the
sources and
entire start
science.
of it
Can I
is,
finish
you know,
speaking, please?
go ahead.
And to give me some sort of like science behind it, because when we're talking about mental illness, we're talking about a science.
Yo,
Yo.
You know
yeah,
we can't hear you when you're off app, right?
yeah, my bad. The reason that I think it's a mental illness, though, is that it begins with body dysmorphia, which is in
No.
turn a mental illness. It's
I
caused by
need
one.
I just need to interrupt for misinformation. First of all, the words you're looking for are gender dysphoria, not body dysmorphia. That has nothing
Yes,
to do with what we're
sir.
talking about. And then the second thing you're looking for here is not all trans people have gender dysphoria. So if you don't have gender dysphoria, you don't have anything diagnosable under the DSM-5 or the ICD-11. Did I
Related to
mix
being
the
trans.
fucking letters up again? Anyways,
No.
so
you're fine.
definitely like looking into the science of what a mental illness is and why would help you here. But there really is no scientific argument by that being trans itself is a mental illness. That's not in the DSM. That's not in ICD-11.
What causes somebody to feel the need to transition?
An incongruence
Gender
between their body
dysphoria.
and their sex.
Yeah, both of you are
Also
right.
that.
It's the distress caused by the incongruence of their sex and their gender.
Exactly. So if it's something that's causing them stress, then is that not a mental issue?
But my job
Gender
is now a mental issue.
dysphoria is a mental condition, but it's not like an issue, bro.
Well, more importantly, by that definition, my job is a mental disorder.
I mean, if you're a
causes me great
communist, I guess they'd
stress.
say it is.
Communist? What? What?
How'd that get brought up?
All right. So you think gender? Okay. Can I ask you a question real quick? No be whatever the fuck.
Yeah, sure.
Listen. So you think gender dysphoria and body dysmorphia are the same thing?
I didn't know there was a difference between them. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you should probably do your due diligence before you come up here saying stupid shit. With all due respect.
Yeah, all right. Can you keep talking, please?
That's
No one
weird.
has to do what the fuck you say just because
Why
you
are
tell
you
them to
rude?
do something. Like, can you bring evidence? Because that's what we're here to discuss. Is the prompt.
You think
Maybe.
body dysmorphia and gender dysphoria are the same thing? Yes or no? You said you don't know the difference, so you should probably do your due diligence. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay, what? Okay, you're gonna do that, or okay?
Like, okay, bro.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, like that.
So,
Like,
like-
that's it. I'll do my research.
Great.
No, you due diligence. Okay. So do you think like trans men can be in the women's bathroom?
Nah.
You don't think so?
I mean,
Probably
there's not
not.
really. No, we should filter bathrooms by genitalia rather than gender.
So then you do think that trans men should be in the women's bathroom?
Yes, exactly.
Well, I mean, like actual genitalia, not like your
Yes.
penis is being cut open
That's
and
exactly.
Not every
Yes,
trans person
You
has
think
bottom
trans men are
surgery.
trans women? That's what I'm getting right now. You think trans men are
Yes.
trans women because you don't understand even the basic terminology in this discussion.
No, wait, hold on. So, what is a trans man to you?
a
What do you think a
trans
trans
man,
man is?
an F to M,
So, what does
Right.
that mean to you?
biological woman to transgender man.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, you got that.
All
So
right.
then, why would you have said that you don't think that they should be in the women's bathroom if you're basing it off of genitalia, and they have the genitalia that I'm assuming you think should be in that bathroom? Like, do you see the breakdown here? I feel like you're Googling things while
Exactly.
we're talking.
That's why I thought he didn't was confusing trans women and trans men. Is because
he
it's
definitely
No,
exactly
because I
what you
understood
just
what you were
said.
saying too, Cole.
He definitely was, which
Mm.
tells me he's probably Googling stuff while we're talking to try and not look as dumb.
Yeah.
No,
What?
that's me typing. I'm responding to something in comments.
Yeah, bro. Don't hit me with that shit, okay?
Okay,
Then
so
don't
all right,
say
so
stupid
you think
shit.
that trans men should be in the bathroom with and you said you don't think that trans men should be in the bathroom with women, right? Is that what you said? Or
No,
opposite?
no. Like biological women, yes.
Yeah, so fucking
That's what you.
trans men. Like, what are you talking
By the
about?
way, biological just means living. So you're looking for the word cisgender.
Okay.
Which bathroom?
Thank
Which
you
bathroom
for
should this person go in?
the education on terminology. Even though you knew what I meant, but
Yeah, but
All right, so
getting
do
the
you think
terms
that
right
trans men
matters
should
in
be
these
in the bathroom with
conversations.
men?
no. Why do you keep fucking doing this shit? Trans
What do you
men
mean?
in the bathroom with born female, born a woman with all the characteristics of female.
Right.
So which
So
bathroom should this person use?
no, go ahead.
Which person?
Second, here we go.
I don't know. Whichever bathroom I'm in,
all right.
bro.
Yeah,
No,
all right.
no.
So you're saying
Which
that
one?
that biological female.
Let me inspect up close.
Ew.
I think they should piss outside. I'm not gonna lie.
That's an American Olympic athlete.
Good to know how you think of us.
They should still piss outside.
That's a cis woman.
Yeah, they should still piss outside.
Wow, cis women need to piss outside. That is fucking
So we're
hysterical.
misogynist as well.
This
Okay.
is
Throw-
like
throw all those
Novika, you
terms out there.
realize that when we're having these conversations, you're making a fool of yourself. And
That's fine with
the
me.
funny part about it is this whole thing is recorded. So like part of our goal here is to educate people who want to be educated. And another part of our goal is to show these people, these uneducated people coming up talking about things they know nothing about and stumbling over their words and not being able to follow discussion. We want to show people like you what you look like on these panels. It's ridiculous. It's hilarious.
Are you
I just
gonna
hope you
tag me?
know you're serving that purpose right now.
Are you gonna tag me at least?
I mean, if we do,
Where did
sure.
Where did the other guy go?
Probably to live a life. I don't know. And if he wants to come back, he can come back.
Yeah, they dropped earlier for whatever reason. It just might be TikTok being TikTok and going, having a panic and just dropping people.
Yo, Stutsky.
We.
How is life bald? I've been thinking of going bald. I need some advice.
It's less
Is it like-
maintenance.
Yeah, true. mainly because I've got like a receding hairline. That's kind of why I
Oh,
want to go
I just
bald.
do it for
But
less maintenance. I still have like my hairline's still like right here. I have
yeah, it's
plenty of
better
hair.
than mine, and you're bald.
Yeah, I literally shave my hair just because it's easier.
Yeah, I'm either gonna go bald or get long hair.
Anyways, that's a net. Why is it always mean bald? It's just like bald.
No, I wasn't laughing. I was being like dead ass.
Yeah,
Seems
don't
like
make fun of it.
a
God will
very
strike you
next.
down.
I love that you know that reference.
I don't know. You could change the prompt to that.
Get
Should
mauled by
everyone go
42
bald?
she bears, or have 42 children mauled by she bears.
Hey, I'll do
Yep.
this with Keaton for you, Novica. I've done this before. Hey, Keaton, did you come on live today wanting to talk about whether or not people should be bald?
Yeah, clearly. No, of course not.
Okay, so you wouldn't want to switch the topic to discuss that. You probably want to keep it on the topic you chose, right?
Yeah, maybe just a little.
Crazy that we have to walk you through that, Novica. But yeah, we're not just gonna change a
What is
topic
with
because
this
we
like
feel like it.
passive aggressive tone you have with me? Chill out.
Actually called condescending.
Oh my god, I'm
Fair enough.
speaking and I'm condescending and passive aggressive. Oh no.
Yeah, can you please stop being mean? It's kind of hurting my feelings, bro.
Oh no, I'm so mean and awful. Oh no, I hurt your feelings. Oh no.
Are you transgender?
The tolerant
I don't know,
trans
am I?
people you attempted to
I don't know.
reach
It's just you've got
cannot
a
be
really
reached.
nice voice. I was curious.
Oh, which one of us? Me?
Yeah,
I?
cool.
Oh, well,
Nice.
I don't know. Do you think I'm trans?
Yeah.
Okay. What gender and or sex do you think I am?
Female, and I've never had sex, so don't ask me that question, please.
Female is sex, and I've never had sex, so don't ask me that question, please. What? What do you think I just asked?
Stole.
Bro, could you
Right.
please stop flirting with me, okay? This
Don't
is
even
not how
fucking
you
play
ask
that.
someone into
He's
bed.
trying.
That's not what I asked, dude.
I'm fucking crying right now.
Yeah, you
This is
should,
Family
because
Guy?
I feel like you're coming on to me a little bit.
I've asked so many ops this, and promise you I don't want to sleep with any of them, okay? What sex and or gender do you think that I am?
This guy's so obviously just projecting from the closet. That's actually funny. I am. I think that you are male to female.
Okay, good to know what you think. And by
Male
the
to
way,
female.
I don't disclose a lot of times for the new people here because of this. I think it is so funny. I love asking this question and I love getting these responses.
But we can always tell.
Right? And obviously,
Yeah, we can always tell.
this is why I don't disclose on lives. It's so great. And it's kind of affirming sometimes. So yeah, I'll take it. The other day, it was Thursday, we were live, I think. There was a guy who would not for the life of me, A, answer that question, and B, he thought that I was male, and he was insistent. Like, I kept saying, if I told you I was AFAB, like, what, like, gender do you think I would be? And he kept saying that I was male. And I'm like, okay, I guess. I gotta get that clip sometime. It was great.
No. Do you know what AFAB means?
What?
Do you know what AFAB means?
Assigned female at birth.
Okay. All right,
Can I get a round of applause, please? Because that was beautiful.
Yeah, boom, 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 boom. Wow. Good for you.
Thank you.
Impressed. You knew basic terminology this time.
You just stay quiet, otherwise me and you are going to be having that sex talk as well. All right.
Honey, you
What
are
are you
welcome
talking
to
about?
try.
Don't threaten people with good time. That's crazy.
Could be disappointing timing, we all know it.
Nah, but cool.
That's
the
not
only
me
reason I
peeing,
didn't
I
know is
swear,
that-
I swear.
Cool. The only reason I didn't know is that your voice is like.
God.
It's not, I swear. I'm sorry.
Are you peeing outside?
I'm not peeing.
No.
No, I'm not. Hold on, I'm pouring something into guys. Hold on. Let me mute myself because
What is
my
this
fault.
live
Nah.
evolved into?
Just mute up while you're peeing.
For real.
Just mute when
Keep
you're
going, bro. No, unmute.
Okay, no fucking
Well,
shit. But I'm not fucking peeing.
now we know we got a piss fetish too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I could admit that.
Yeah, you like golden showers.
Oh, I love them. I
No
fucking
hate to
love them.
people that do, but
Oh,
Hey,
They
not
shouldn't
listen,
have a
I don't
golden
evolving
have
yeah,
further.
I don't kink shame. I will, however, kink ask why.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Honestly, do what you want. Just to keep
No,
me
you're
out of
right. You're
it.
right.
I have a question on that topic, by the way. What if my kink is kink shaming?
Yo, that's actually really
no.
valid.
Sorry,
Like,
tolerance,
that, like,
paradox
consist of?
tolerance doesn't allow
No,
for
no.
that. I don't
Maybe
think.
I
me
want to
and
be
you
clear.
can discuss that and play around with that like later in my DMs. You never know.
I want to be clear. It's that I want you to kink shame me.
Okay, I can do
Oh
that.
yeah, that's different.
Is
I
that
feel like
feel
that's
that's
fair,
just
right? That
kind of
should be
like being a
allowed.
degradee. So yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to clarify, like, where do we stand on that in the realm of we don't kink shame? Because I feel like at that point you almost are obligated to kink shame.
I think it's fine whatever happens between consenting partners.
Oh, there we go. That's the correct
that's
answer.
the correct answer there. Where like if it can be fine to like kink shame if the other person wants to be kink or is fine with it.
Do you like being bald shamed?
Well, no, I don't particularly care for it.
Oh my god, do you think that's actually a real thing, being bald shamed?
I mean, have you read the
Yes.
Bible?
Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
We
Go
unalive
away,
to
bald
I
head.
don't remember
Go away,
bald
bald
shaming being in
head.
the Bible.
And then, no. He literally fucking strikes down 42 kids with she bears, mauls them to fucking death because they were calling a dude bald.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's kind of
wild.
valid though. Like, would you not do the same?
No.
Would you not do
I would
the same?
usually
Did I
choose
hear
to
that?
not unalive 42 children over people making fun of my hair.
Yeah,
Or
but
lack
like,
thereof.
it's kind of valid though. Like, let's be real.
We all know bald men are angry.
Oh yeah, come to the UK,
That's
you
a-
will see how many bald men get angry at you real quick.
That's so stupid, man.
The host is the
Right.
angriest person I've ever met. Can't you see it?
Grr.
It's
Yeah,
written
it's
all
like,
over
yeah,
their
you see the
bald head.
steam. You see the steam coming off.
God, it's written all over your bald head.
Hold on, I got this.
By the way, Stotsky, if I cross a line with the bald jokes, please say
No,
something, because
yeah,
I'm not trying to actually upset you.
I will if it.
By the way, new friends should join stream server. I'll send y'all a link afterwards.
Hey,
If you have
Never mind,
Discord.
I need to follow you.
all I
Not
can
you.
say, all I can say, political, is that I have made a shit ton of bald jokes to Stowe. I don't think Stowe really gives a shit.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I
This
know.
guy
I
was a
just like to
fucking
make it
scouser
clear
for a
that I'm
second.
definitely a person that will respect boundaries if they are established.
Wait,
Absolutely.
Solid's an ally, right?
It's stout, and yes.
No, solid, not you.
Oh,
I know.
I thought you said stout. I'm like,
No, you got it. No, yeah,
Stalin.
you got it.
We've gotten Stoat before.
Listen,
I was
Stoic.
waiting for that image. I
Yeah,
knew
to
it'd
be
that
honest,
image.
wait, how
I
do you
love
pronounce
it.
your name? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a dick. What is it?
Who's?
Stotsky?
Stotsky, yeah.
Yeah.
Stotsky. Okay, bet.
There we
No,
go.
I was talking to Solid though.
Grr.
I'm just saying like Solid's ally, right? So wait, who's
Solid
the only
part of the
op? Nova?
community. The only
Or
mod right now
Novi?
is Novica, yeah.
Novica, okay.
You know, why you guys like labeling me an op as if we're like living in fucking Chicago or some shit?
Clearly, you
Who do
don't
you
live
think
in
I am?
fucking
Fucking
Chicago.
King
Like,
Von.
we can all tell you don't live in fucking America.
Do you think I'm King Von or something? I'm not your
Absolutely
op.
not. You don't
I'm
even sound close to
innocent.
King Von.
I'm sweet as sugar, bro. Don't be bringing your ops to me.
You're the only op up here.
I'm also Swedish in like heritage, so
I think instead of live debates, we should do fencing to settle these.
I
Wait, where
think
do you live
instead
at?
of you
And I
bringing
don't think
these
that's gonna
things
end how you
up
think
that
it
are
will.
other than discussing the topic, that we should probably just discuss the topic.
Yeah, I mean, wait, what did that I person want to ask me? That's my question.
No, I was just asking if you were an op or not. But
Oh yeah, I'm
they
the
all tell
biggest
me that you're
opposition
not.
here. I'm the
So,
biggest
I think you'll like
opposition
this.
here.
The biggest in the community opposition on the panel.
Yeah, no, yeah. I know. I wasn't trying to be a dick. I'm on your side as well.
It's okay. We're just sarcastic like that. We're just treating you like we treat all the other friendlies up here.
So,
Yeah. See, I wish I don't have no friends, man. I got no trans guy friends, no trans people friends. That's cool.
Well, yeah, now
my
you
fault.
do.
Boom. Yeah, I'm gonna add all you.
Ski, do you
I do
like my
solid too.
background?
What?
Do you like my picture?
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen this before. Oh, your trade tastes great.
I also like the one where they put the snake in bondage and it just
Yeah,
says "Tread on me harder, daddy."
that dude has he makes atomically correct birds with like well defined buttocks and stuff. It's hilarious. He's a great artist. He also has a bunch that he's done on the Pringles man of saying like he Pringle and ready to mingle. It's
I am the
truly
Lorax.
it is
I
truly
speak for the
some of the
trees.
greatest stuff I've seen in a while.
So I used to work at a Taco Bell, and we were coming up with funny like puns to greet cars with in the drive-through. One of our favorites was, "I'm having thanks for choosing Taco Bell. I'm having a Baja Blast. What can I get started for you?" Which of course then turned into when the mic wasn't on, "I'm gonna Baja Blast," and there are brains in places, and we all know what that was going to get finished as, but for TikTok reasons, we cut it apart. But my favorite one that I've seen online is, "I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. Can I take your order, please?"
Damn. Also, all
Hit
I'm gonna
me in the
say is with
comments.
All right,
Hang
so
on.
Nobi, since you're sitting here snoring and whatnot, so yeah,
Yeah.
what's the issue with trans people, man?
no,
What is
I
it?
was gonna say waiting for this guy to actually answer the trans thing.
Yeah, so what's up?
Basically,
Come on, man, you can't sit here and say that's not funny. It's not a little bit funny. I don't know, but
Who did the
seriously, like,
music?
what's your issue with trans people? Seriously.
none. I just needed a reason to come up here. I was kind of bored.
I
You
mean,
were
that's
kind of bald. That's crazy.
you were kind of bald.
You're bored.
No, bored.
I
I
mean, you
know
did
Bored.
say
you
your
said
hairline was
bored, but
falling back.
Bored.
the way you said bored sounded like bald. So
Is it because I'm British?
I'm also British. Hello.
You know what's so
I can
crazy?
say bald
Like,
and bored differently.
honestly, you know what's really
Well,
crazy? I
no.
see a lot of people from like the UK or like somewhere from around there or whatever the case may be, and they are like the most transphobic people ever. It's the weirdest shit.
Typically, not all the time.
There's
I
No,
love
so
you,
many
Solids,
trans
but
no,
people.
typically.
you are absolutely correct, but most of them are like super like hard body, super transphobic.
A lot of them
I
have
don't
like
get it.
very particular. Like what's weird about them is that their talking points are completely different than the talking points usually that are used in like the U.S. And it's really
Yes,
funny to
yes,
me.
yes,
They use a lot of the
yes.
stuff from like Hannah Barnes and shit and Lisa
Yeah,
Lemons.
yeah,
You know
A
we've
Yeah,
done
lot
that
of
yeah.
research if
dated,
you know who that is.
yeah.
also a lot of dated commentary of like old terminology diagnostics and stuff that I'm just like, wow,
Which is
no,
also related to Hannah Barnes, as we found out in our research. But yes.
yeah, nowhere else uses those terms. Well, it's on it's on my medical records, and I'm like, that's crazy. I don't believe you.
Who's
What-
everyone's favorite trans supporter?
Oh, that would be me. I'm my
Mine's got to
favorite.
be Jeffrey Epstein. He did so much for the trans community,
Okay,
especially
you
with the
can't say that
Billy
on
Eilish.
live, so we're gonna say goodbye.
Jesus fucking Christ! What was that fucking?
No,
Yeah,
no.
I don't like the
Can,
fact that like us we were in the fucking Epstein files. I fucking hate that, and I hate the way that he like ever sat here and spoke about us. It's just fucking weird, in my opinion. Like, it's
can I
annoying
just?
that we're even like a thing in that.
Yeah,
I'm
and
sorry.
really
Go ahead.
quick before Solid speaks again, if any trans person that is present in the chat or on the panel is uncomfortable with a panelist that we still have up here, just say something to them on and we'll get rid of them.
Yeah, unless if it's
Facts.
like
I'm sorry, Solid. Go
within
ahead,
reason.
Solid. Go
But
ahead, Solid.
yeah,
Yeah, all I'm gonna say is, we just talk about the guy going? Like I said, you said bald and bored extremely similarly, and he goes, "Is it because I'm British? Like I'm making fun of him for being British when I'm British? Like, hello."
Brit on Brit crime. Too soon?
Crazy.
So wait, hold on. How do you Solid? So like, how do you feel about like? Do you know? I don't remember what the guy's. Well, I guess her name now. 'Cause she's a detransitioner. How do you feel about like the detransitioners and I don't know who. I think she was like a. I'm gonna say now like a Hispanic woman, but she was a detransitioner. She was a trans man, and then yeah. So how do you feel about like detransitioners and stuff like that, especially like in the UK? If you are in the UK,
I mean, yeah, I am in the UK, and detransitioners are well if it isn't for them and they've figured out something and they've figured out they're not actually trans, good for them, I guess. If they're using that as a reason to hate on trans people, then get fucked.
are you trans yourself? If you know what I mean.
No.
No, you're not. Okay. Are you gay by any chance, or I could just ask that?
I'm bi.
Okay. All right.
I
But
also
yeah.
think
All
it's
right. So that's
important.
yeah. I fuck with you because like I do see, especially like the UK, a lot of the people that like I do sit here and argue with, it's about like UK. I sorry. Holy shit. Holy. Am I having a fucking brain aneurysm? Holy
Words,
shit. Yeah. Sorry.
words.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
let's
words.
use them. No,
No.
I'm kidding.
No, but seriously, with all due respect though, yeah, so I do see like a lot of most of the people that I get into debates with, they are from people from like the UK, and like I guess you guys are going through like your own like trans thing over there, like nowadays. Like I don't know how long it's been going on for, but
Yeah,
Oh,
mainly like Heritage Foundation Project 2025 sort of stuff is, I believe, what's kicked off this round of transphobia in the U.S. But yeah,
yeah, do
that's
you know
also
who I'm
strongly.
talking about?
what was
Sorry,
that?
what?
Do you know who I'm talking about when it came to like the detransition like community? There was like a trans guy. I think that
Okay,
person was like Hispanic or
I
something, or
can't
they
remember for
weren't white.
sure,
I don't
but
remember what they were, but I don't think they were white. They were like Hispanic or something, or like light skinned or some shit.
yeah, I don't remember for sure, or know if we're thinking of the same person, but I agree with Saul in some aspects. I was also a little distracted during the conversation, but I think that when you actually look at the good science we have and you look at the bad science we have, once you separate those and you focus in on the good science, you see that we have a lot of research surrounding detransition rates, what people detransition for, those types of things, and the rate of people who detransition because they're not actually trans and that wasn't right for them is like 0.6% or something like that at the end of the day.
Yeah, but
So,
that person sat here and did like the most to like the
yep.
LGBT like the trans community
Oh,
within like the UK. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
yeah.
so part of that's
Even in the
because
US, sorry, last thing, even in the US, they'll literally find detransitioners and pay them to fly around the US and speak in court and shit when anything that's like banning conversion therapy, for
Oh my
example, or
god,
anything
yes,
like
and
that
it's
comes
fucking
up,
ridiculous.
which
It's so
very recent,
ridiculous.
accurate example, but yeah.
Kirabel?
Yes,
Are we talking about
yes.
yeah,
Kirabel or
I don't know where. I don't know what that person. I don't know. She's a detransitioner from like a trans man to a female. But I know like in like a few years ago she did a lot and like because she detransitioned and then she was like, oh well, basically like I didn't do my due diligence on like hormone like on like HRT
I
and
didn't know
stuff
it
and
would
like
do this to me.
Literally, when the informed consent thing is literally a packet we have to go through with a doctor
yes,
and parents
yes.
at some
Thank you.
ages.
Yes. And I hate. I'm not. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say that I hate these because I don't. I don't. But I do not like the people that sit here and detransition and they're like, oh well, I didn't. I never sat here and did my due diligence. At the end of the day, that's really what the fuck they're saying. And then it's like, oh well, I'm going to sit here and fuck it up for everybody else that wants to sit here and go on HRT. And it's like, fuck off, man.
Exactly.
Like,
Even though
come
it's
on,
such a
dude.
small percentage of us, even within the trans community, it's a small, like, the majority is people that don't have gender dysphoria and don't need, like, HRT and
But they get
surgery.
a lot of them get
So,
gender dysphoria confused with body dysmorphia.
yeah,
And
that
Oh,
body
one's
dysmorphia,
annoying
they're
too.
completely fucking different. They are so different. They are so different. So different.
I think it's also important to consider that a good number of these people are, to use biblical terms, Judas. That they
Yes,
weren't
yes.
they weren't terrible,
Absolutely.
but they were offered a lot of money to say these things, and so the
So
right
they're like
wants to tote
industry
them out every
plants
chance they
essentially.
get to make them seem like a bigger issue than they are,
Yep,
and they're
yep.
willing to offer a ton of money to do so.
Fuck
And
yeah.
I get it.
Fuck
You're
yeah.
poor as hell and you just want to be able to eat your dinner and not have to worry about your housing. And so you take the money and say the bad things to be able to do that. And I
Hierarchy of
understand,
needs.
but also maybe have a backbone.
Yeah, so like one of the most prominent detransitioners is like Kira Bell. She went to the Tavistock clinic. But like she even even she actually just doesn't she never regrets transitioning. That's the funny thing about it. She doesn't actually regret the actions that she took. She never says that this was wrong for me or that I don't think that I am a male in a female body, basically. She never says that. She actually affirms that she still has the like she still feels that she's like a man in some way. And that's the funniest thing about it all. It's literally all about like, hey, I just wasn't given the information that I think I should have. And that's like kind of a valid criticism when like these things happen. Like people should be given like a lot of like there needs to be a lot of information given to the individuals who are seeking gender affirming care because there are real risks of things happening and they should be aware of it.
As with any medical treatment.
Yeah, but it's just it's not really like a point against transitioning. It's that we just need to be more like we need to be cautious about it like any other medical treatment. Well,
I agree.
so yeah, I mean it's not that like we should put up walls, but like it's just that like any other sort of medical treatment, it needs to be done properly. And
Yeah, I don't
think
think the W. Sorry, go ahead. Okay. I don't think the W path is perfect. It was definitely created by people that didn't like have best intentions in mind, and created a lot of hoops that we have to jump through that we should not have to jump through. But there are a couple of hoops, like informed consent, that need to be jumped through every single fucking time.
My
you
thing
know?
is like, all
So-
right, do you think like I'm an asshole that people sit here diligence?
Sorry, what were you
That's
saying?
I'm sorry, my wasn't to you per se. My fault. All right, yeah. So all
Somebody
right,
was
so
mentioning.
like the person in the comments, the person in the comments, Amy, I guess, or Amy, I guess, Amy W.
Yeah, Amy.
All right. So like, what do you guys think that like? All right, so like when it comes to like education about like LGBT, just in general, okay, just in general, like in schools. Like me personally, I don't think it needs to be taught very, very young. I think when me personally, like I had to go through like hacks class and like sexual ed when I was 12. So I was in 6th grade when I went through like sex ed essentially or schmex ed. I'm sorry. I don't want to get you guys like fucked up. I
It's
apologize.
okay. We say sex all the time in
penis,
reference to
vagina,
sex.
boobs.
Okay.
Get you taken
But yeah,
down,
but
they
for
will
like,
get you flagged
all right.
and
Yeah, so like
keep you from the FYP more.
I don't give a fuck.
yeah. All right. Either way, like, all right. So I'm just gonna say Schmeck said. All right, cool. But I'm just gonna say Schmeck said, like, fuck it. But like, what Schmeck said, like, I like, I don't think like, I think trans people should be taught. I don't think they need to go in depth, hard body about it. I don't think like, you know what I'm saying. Like, I just think, but I think it needs to be taught the same way that.
Yeah, no,
You're
I
breaking
100%
up.
agree.
I think
Yeah, you're breaking up. I want to
people,
ask Keaton if he wants to respond first, or
that there's a whole sexuality that people they teach
I don't think that there's
not the red bars of death.
that. So it's like, okay, fuck it.
Sorry, go ahead, Keaton.
Yeah, you're cutting out really bad. Ice creams.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. It's my fault.
Yeah, what I was gonna say though is that like I think that a lot of it is we should be teaching at least some things of like just saying, hey, not everything looks the same. Like not every person is the same in that sense that like it is fine that if somebody changes what they identify as, it's fine to be these and like just saying that at a young age can dramatically improve acceptance of others. It's like if we treat
I mean,
if we teach children to be racist, they're just going to be racist growing up. If we treat them or if we teach them that it's fine to have a different color of your skin, it's going to dramatically decrease the amount of bullying and like racism that they have in their lifetime.
not just that. When
I
you're
have.
teaching,
Sorry, do you want to go ahead next?
you sure?
It's okay.
not just that, when you're teaching young kids and stuff, you can literally start with things like family dynamics of, oh, Tommy has two dads. They both love him. That's fine. Simple things like that. So as long as the content is age appropriate, I don't see an issue with it being in schools.
I totally agree with Solid. You kind of stole the words out of my mouth a little bit, which is part of why I was like, go ahead. Like I think in your explanation where you're in your question when you're focusing more on like sex ed being around that age, like we agree that like sex ed shouldn't be any younger than is appropriate. And that we don't necessarily disagree with the time in which we teach sex ed, and then that would be a more appropriate time to teach some other things that our brains have fully developed by that point, like our own gender.
So
So yeah, in kindergarten, really just family structures, things like that. And then even like early elementary school, I would say it's okay to start teaching that like you may have met one of your friends and like used she, her pronouns for them. And now they want to use whatever other pronouns. So you might see them like present differently and all that, and that's okay too. And like the kids can grasp and understand these things, and it's not like exceeding their understanding or what's appropriate for them. So that's what we advocate for personally.
well, like I think that
Preach.
at least as far as SMEX ed goes, I think we can start that much younger, but I think again age appropriate. So like teaching first and second graders the correct terminology for body parts statistically.
Vital.
Wait,
Sorry,
what?
what?
I just said vital because I am a child who needed to know that when I was
Yeah.
young on purpose. Like that is so important.
And so like I think that all of this, like we can find an age appropriate way to convey these concepts. I know that I have a friend who I've been friends with her since her kid was like 3, right? And we've had the conversations over the years with him about me being trans and what that looks like and what that means, and at a very young age. And the reason why is that if you approach it with terminology that is simple enough for a child to understand, the concept is very easy for them to grasp, right? um like it's a lot of it's part of where like the kinds of phrasings of like, I was born one way but I'm actually this, like that sounds so childish to say it that way, but like for a child that makes sense and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Sometimes people don't always end up looking like or being who they are later when they're young, and you learn and you grow, and like that doesn't confuse them. If you start trying to get into the nitty gritty of like HRT and everything else, of course you're going to lose a child very quickly. They can't spell hormones, much less understand what they are,
Oh God.
right? But we can easily tailor this to be something that we can teach children that these people exist and that's okay, and what that could mean for their interactions with people, right? In an appropriate way, that then when they get older, a lot of the problems we're facing now don't exist because of that education. I also think it's important because I knew something was wrong, like quote unquote wrong, when I was 7 years old. I
I
had
was
no idea what
five,
to say
so
about it, how to express it. So I didn't
Me
end up
too.
finding the language and like what to do about it until I was in my 20s. If I had known and been able to
19.
express it at 7, I have every confidence my parents would have immediately taken me to a therapist. They would have immediately taken me to see a doctor. I could have been on blockers. I could have been on HRT much younger. I could be a much happier, more complete version of myself now
And
if that
I
had
could
been
have avoided
available.
surgery.
Yeah, a lot of surgery is avoided, a lot of hassles avoided, harassment is avoided. It's a lot of these things just it dramatically changes the expectancy of individuals if they understand from a young trying to
Yes.
and,
Yes.
and it
Yeah. I
dramatically
mean, part.
changes even for those who don't go on. It changes the outcomes of people. They don't feel like they have to be like if somebody's just questioning what they are, like they don't feel like they have to be one way or the other because they understand that it's
But
fine
it's
to
an
be whatever.
option.
It's an
Yeah.
option.
Hmm.
It doesn't
Hmm.
they don't have to feel forced to go one way or the other. They can question their things and be their genuine self and figure out who they are as an individual instead of like, you know, feeling like they're shoebox into, just never questioning it in the first place.
Yeah. me, like for me, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm
Are you
fine. Go
done?
ahead.
I
Go
apologize.
ahead.
How
Okay.
dare you?
No, like for me, yeah, I know. How dare me? No, but seriously, like on some real shit, like for me personally, like me, like I'm a trans guy, right? So like I always cross dressed and stuff like that. Like my mom always kind of like my mom knew that like I was always gonna be like essentially like at the time gay, right? Now that I've transitioned, I consider myself straight. Boom, boom, boom. Like I think everybody understands that, right? So right, so like when I was younger, like I did cross dress and stuff. And my mom kind of had like a weird issue about it, and then she kind of just like she came around and stuff. But like seriously, if I was taught about like transgenderism, I probably would have wanted to go on hormone blockers. Um, I probably would have been a lot taller than I am now. I probably would have looked my voice would like everything would have just changed if I had done what I had if I had known about things like that. And like, my thing is like I don't think like hormone blockers are personally like a bad thing. Like I just think like it's just a halt. So have that kid sit here and like just think about what they want to do regarding like disregard like HRT. So like if you're on hormone blockers, like that way you don't have to take HRT. You just kind of say how you are. Do like maybe do a social transition or whatever the case. But my mom never knew about any of that. I never was taught about any of that because it's not taught in schools. Like I had to find out like later in life, and I wish I never did. I really wish I never did. I wish I knew about it way earlier, and maybe I looked a lot different like than I do now,
Yeah.
or whatever the case may be. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just think it needs to be like taught. I don't think people need to go in like to super hard body depth about things. Like I don't think it's like
Who is
but I think
making
it
that
should be like
noise? Sorry.
yeah, that shit is bugging me out. I'm trying to like talk over it. I apologize, but you know what I'm saying. Like it's just like I just think like I think it does need to be taught, and I think not just let alone like the kids. Like I think parents need to be taught about things like that as well. Just because, okay, like whether you agree with it or not, like how are you going to deal with it? Like how are you going to deal with like it's either you have this type of kid or you have a trans kid. Like if you guys are catching what I'm throwing, but it's like, come on, man, like and then the people wonder why the rate is so high for trans people, and it's like. When you have all these people that are like, oh, well, you're this and that and this and that. And it's like, you just don't get it. Like, people just don't understand that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
And even me, like I can say it took a while for me to like I don't get like I don't understand what it's like to be transgender. Like there's things that I fundamentally don't understand, but I can relate to some of it in the sense of like not feeling like I'm understood
Transphobic.
sometimes. And like
Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes. Yeah,
inherently
but you're
like
still cool about big trans people in general too.
oh
So it's
well
like,
yeah, I've completely. I mean, even if you were to talk to
Nope,
me 10 years
transphobic.
ago, I would have been
Biggest
completely
transphobe I
different.
know.
no, yeah, I'm listening to you. I'm listening.
Okay, what's with the squeaks? Who the fuck's doing it?
It's not me.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
all
me.
I know.
It's solid. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
it's solid.
okay.
Yeah, it's not me. I swear it's not me.
It
But
also seems like something solid would do. Sorry. I love you.
all right.
No, but I do understand what you're saying. Like, although like you may be something different, you're not trans, but you can sit here and like what is it? Is it
Empathy.
sympathize? Oh,
Yeah, it'd be
empathize.
it
Okay,
would
Empathize.
so
be
you can
no, it would be
empathize.
sympathize.
Sympathize. Yep.
Both of
Wait,
them.
empathize or sympathize? I'm
I
sorry.
think in this context it would be sympathize
Correct.
because
Okay, yeah.
it's
So sympathize. So you can sit here and sympathize with like you don't understand what gender dysphoria feels like, but you can sit here
Yeah.
and sympathize instead. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's different. Like people just don't get that, and like people like you and like you don't understand like how much people like me personally. Like I appreciate you so hard for just trying to understand where the fuck like even though if you don't get it, like you will never understand that, but like you can sympathize with it. You know what I'm saying?
Being hard for me, that's gay, bro. No. Sorry. My
No,
brain's
but
like third grade joke has
You were
approached.
waiting on that joke so hard. You were waiting on that joke for so long.
No, the one
Nah,
thing I do want to
Yeah.
nah. You're
say
funny though. You're funny.
about that is
Sorry,
that
real
like
quick.
okay.
Keaton, I'm shutting you up for 2 seconds
oh my
because
god.
apparently I control what Keaton does according to some people. Anyways, sorry. I just want to say that along the
Impressive.
lines of what I is saying, like Keaton is the one like accomplice in this that has absolutely done the research and taken the notes and sat through like hours of listening to other trans people speak about their experiences as well, like he's the one, like, and my parents are great too, but like he's the one cis straight dude that I would be like, he understands the history, therefore he's the closest as he can come to like understanding some of the things that we're going through because of that history. So yeah,
Hell
he's a
yeah.
pretty great dude. I just
There you
wanted to
go,
say
dude.
thanks,
Much
Keaton.
love.
Thanks. I don't know. I think I'm just like a normal person who's doing like sometimes like the minimum in the sense that I'm like empathetic or like sympathetic towards
You are,
people.
yeah, you are. Like, you are a normal person, but there's a lot of cisgendered men that just don't quite
Yeah.
literally give a flying fuck, and they're very sexist,
I'm
very
aware.
misogynistic, blah blah
I'm
blah blah.
aware.
blah.
I talk
Yeah,
to them.
exactly. So,
I think
so
I think what you mean.
you're really up there with, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're cool people.
Yeah, I think what you mean though is like I would agree you're doing the bare
Little bit.
minimum of being like a decent person,
Yeah.
but but that bar is too high for so many people that
Yeah.
like we're always excited when we find someone that has reached that bar. It shouldn't be hard,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
apparently is.
I-
I will ask also you respond, but then can I monologue for just a moment, because I really would like to share my coming out story, because I feel like it's wholesome and it'll be a little bit funny and might like lighten the mood for people.
Yeah, you can say that. All I wanted to say is that like I can empathize with like transgender people in the sense that like I understand what it's like to be different but not know why, especially for people who never like had the words to understand what they were. Like I didn't understand that I had autism for much of my life, and it wasn't until I was 23 that did ever anybody actually like seriously just to me that I was autistic. So like I always had felt that there's something different about me, but I couldn't tell what. And I was definitely in some regards like put out and treated differently, and like this was just like not something that was even like considered before. So like I can empathize in the sense that like I understand what it's like to finally understand yourself to some extent, and that we should be doing more to like make people aware that this is possible at a younger age. I would have loved to have my autism be diagnosed at a much younger age. I would have had a different life.
God same.
But yeah, you can go ahead and monologue. Go ahead.
Yay, monologue for me. Okay. So I mentioned that like I realized something was off when I was 7. And my parents and I were going back through old family photos, and real quick, let's see if it'll auto pull up. It's gonna be sideways, but like this is me at like 8 years old. Right? It's the hip cock for me.
Oh my god.
Listen,
That
yeah,
is
I
not,
get it.
that is an 8-year-old girl that doesn't want to be there anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you
Me?
cannot
Outta
convince
here.
me otherwise. Right? And there's so many photos of like, how did we not see this coming 20 years ago? Right?
Oh yeah, I can imagine that it
Um,
shows up.
I thought my parents were
but
in
so
denial for real.
so
Not
it
your
comes
parents,
around
but
to when I'm like 24, I think. I was over at my parents' house. We were wrapping presents for Christmas on my parents' pool table in their basement. It was my dad and I. And I'm like, I've realized the words. I know what I want to converse about, but I'm stupidly uncertain, right? Because looking back, like, and knowing my parents, this shouldn't have been something I had to do, but I was like feeling it out, right? So I turned to my dad and just casually, what would you do if I told you I was gay? And his response, he does not look up from the table, by the way, is to just go, I tell you, I'm glad you figured it out now so you can be happy, and to pass the damn tape. I laugh,
I
right?
love
This
it.
is funny. And he now looks up and looks me dead in the face and goes, that wasn't a joke. Pass the fucking tape.
Lord.
And I'm just like, are you fucking serious right now, dude? Come on. Now,
I'm sorry.
realize that
I'm
the
sorry.
reason why I should have seen this response coming is that my mom and dad got married. The best man in his wedding was, up until like 16, I knew him as my Uncle Ray. It's my dad's best friend, right? Yeah,
Oh,
he's
I
married.
see.
Ray lives in Florida now with his husband, Tim.
Yeah, I see as well.
Yeah, I get
Like,
it. Yeah, we're all catching what you're throwing.
right, like this shouldn't have been a conversation. I should have known that was going to go that way from the very beginning. So fast forward to December 31st of 2016. I have finally, like, I've felt out the waters. I've come out to a bunch of my close friends. I am me almost everywhere. I'm ready to just like deep dive, go full public. This is who I am. So I do a Facebook Live on my birthday on New Year's Eve to come out, and then begin the process of trying to figure out, transitional care and stuff like that. Um, about a month and a half goes by. I'm over at their house again in their basement, sitting on the couch with my dad, and he's been very distant since I came out to him like 4 months prior. And so finally, I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. So I stand up, I kneel down on the floor in front of him next to the coffee table, and I go, so what's going on? Because you're being weird. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, is this bothering you? Like, do we need to have a conversation? And he's like, I wouldn't say it's bothering me. I'm just worried. And I'm like, okay, let's talk about that. Like, what are you worried about? We can work through this. And he's like, well, I spent a lot of your youth getting you into golf because I knew I'd be able to do it when I was old. And, I'm adopted, so he's considerably older than me. So it was important for him to have something that he could do in an elderly stage of his life with me because I was going to be much younger. And he's like, so I'm worried you're not going to want to do that anymore. And also, like, I'm looking at the world and I'm worried about your safety. Right? And so
Aw.
I look at him, I'm like, first off, if you think I don't still want to go golfing with you, you're stupid. I'm your daughter, not your son, and that is the difference here.
Yeah.
Like, full stop, that's it. I'm still who I was before. I'm just happier.
I'm your
What? You
thought
didn't
daughter
have
instead of gay
amnesia
son
around
now.
how to play
No.
golf when you came out?
Correct. I did tell him, though, that now I get to cheat and play from the red tees. And he's like, well, that's okay, because by the time we get to go golfing regularly again, I'm going to be playing from the gold tees, so fuck you too. And I'm just like, wow, dude. I finally get a leg up on you, and you're just like, nah, I'm taking it away anyway. So, and then I'm like, and as far as my safety goes, and I stand up, and I'd always had an affinity for sharp, shiny metal objects, if you catch my drift.
Kniefs.
And I start pulling them out of my pockets. Now, bear in mind, I'm in like blue jeans and a hoodie. By the end of this process, there's 14 of them on the table.
Jesus.
And I set the last one down, and I look at him, I go, are you still worried about my safety? And he
For
goes,
real.
and he looks at them and looks at me and looks at them and looks at me and goes, not really. And I'm like, yeah, this is my normal accompaniment. If you come for me, you better bring a pew pew.
That's why I have a pew pew.
And that is, oh, so you can come for me?
No.
Only with
So
permission.
no one
honey.
else can
Yo,
come for
how'd you get
me
your-
unless
yeah,
they
actually-
want them.
Only with permission, honey.
Yeah, but I want to ask Cole a question, but I'll ask afterwards.
No, you are good. That's the like the end of the story, because since then it's been a lot of activism and me getting on HRT and me consistently with my friends making the joke of, do you like my boobs? I grew them myself.
Yeah, you grew them yourself. Like, fuck it, who cares, man? You know what I'm saying? My
Listen,
thing
I'm
is
kind of
like
attached to them.
yeah. But like with me, like my coming out story is kind of just, it's kind of like, it's not even really like hard body. Basically, like my sister was gay, beside the point. I'm a trans guy, so whatever. So I came out as like lesbian or whatever, and I cross dressed. So like the difference between my sister and I, my sister's a little bit more feminine than I am, and then I would cross dress and stuff, and then like I kind of just went a step further than cross dressing and stuff like that. So like my mom kind of always knew, but I don't think my mom was like ready for that conversation. Although my mom's very very open person. So I do have like I am very lucky when it comes to things like that. But I don't know if she was very like into all the whole like trans thing. Like she wasn't ever very educated on it, just like any other parent wouldn't be that at least that's like my mom's age and stuff like that. So like that's like my whole thing. But yeah, I mean, I didn't like it wasn't terrible for me personally. Like I feel like you had a very good coming out story as well, political, just because like especially if you're kind of gonna come out to your dad. Like my dad is around, and my dad like when I did tell my dad, or when I never told my dad. I think my mom told my dad, but he was like, "All right, I guess like it is what it is." Like, kind of like whatever. So it wasn't too bad at all. I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's just, I could see it from like their perspectives. I feel like your coming to that story is funny though. Not to be like rude, but I just think it's just funny. Like it's just
I
not
also
like
think it's funny.
yeah, it's funny. Like not in a bad way at all. Like it really is not. Like I just think the whole thing is it's just funny. Like
It's wholesome humor.
yes, and it's also very very wholesome. Like in my opinion, I think it's just super wholesome. I mean, yeah, mine was more like, especially when I came out, like before I transitioned. My mom, I was telling her a story about how I was like holding like my friend's hand in like middle school, like down the stairs or whatever. Hold on. I'm sorry. Give me some one.
Okay, quick. Rearrange the panel so they don't know who's who.
I can't switch panel spots. I don't have the mod power to do it anymore.
That's a mod power?
Yeah. That's
I'm sorry. Can I get to, I don't even know what
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. I don't even know what I was saying. Basically, long story short, I was basically just telling my fucking mom about like how I was holding friends with like this girl. And she's like, "Are you gay?" And I was like, and I didn't want to tell her that I was gay, so I was like, "I think I'm bi," and I don't even like men, dude. I just don't. I don't. Whatever. Blah 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 blah. Blah. So she already knew. Like, so I started cross dressing and shit. My mom had a really weird like issue, not like an issue with it, but she was just like, damn, like, like, and it's a lot of the times it's like parents don't want to like sit here and be like, I don't want my kids to sit here and like be like bullied because of like cross dressing or because my kid is gay, whether I was like a cis gay man or a fucking like cross dressing lesbian. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same shit. Like parents like. My mom especially was very, very accepting, but like she kind of had like a weird like thing when I did like actually transition because like I feel like she always knew, but like once it's like actually put in your face, it's kind of something different. You know what I'm saying? Like if that makes sense. Like you always know your kid's gonna be like gay, but then when they come out as like trans, it's like oof. Yeah, that's something I always knew about, but like I didn't think it was ever gonna be put in my face like that, if that makes sense. But yeah, my mom was pretty cool about it. I mean, I guess kind of sort of. Same thing with my dad. My dad kind of just didn't really have a choice at that point, so be bad or just don't talk to me. Like it's kind of just that kind.
Oh, Solid's gone again. No. But also, my coming out story real quick. It does start out sad, but it shows growth in people, which I think is really important. So my dad was a pastor for the first 11 years that I was alive.
Like
and
Christianity,
when I was,
if you know what
yeah,
I'm
he was a Free Methodist Christian pastor.
Okay,
So
don't
yeah,
know. You just said a lot of shit. I just know Christianity. I'm sorry.
yeah, he was a Christian pastor. So
Okay, cool.
You bring
that
Solid back.
not so cool for me. Solid,
yeah.
hang on, asking for uppies, Acceptamundo. Okay, so the first part of this is me coming out as pan because my parents were always very overprotective of my sister and I, and like wouldn't let us watch or use a computer unless they could like see or hear what we were watching or looking up. and so one day I was looking up because obviously they didn't educate us about being queer at all. So I was looking up like what different sexualities were, and my mom found out, brought me up to my room. Told her I was pan, and she goes, "No, you're not." Like dead serious. Just goes, "No,
I
you're
hate
not."
that. Yeah, it's like what? What are
So
you talking about, man?
that's the bullshit part. But when I was
Yeah.
19, I found out that like I knew trans people existed essentially my whole life. But I didn't know that non-binary was a thing until I was literally in college because that's how overprotected I was. So once I found out that was like a thing, I was like, that's the feeling. I always knew I wasn't a man and I wasn't a woman, but I never knew like what that was called, So I literally had a Google Doc. I knew my parents would probably be chill with it, but I wanted to be prepared to make sure I told them and like educated them about everything that I needed to and didn't miss anything. So yeah, I literally had a Google Doc, and my parents sat down with me and my friend who also happens to be non-binary and listened to me talk and ask questions they had, and they to this day use they them pronouns for me, and when they slip up, which is not very often, they correct themselves immediately without making a big deal out of it, because it's like using the wrong pronouns for somebody that you really know just feels wrong. So like you realize it quickly and then you switch it, that kind of deal. So they realize now, and like I even started going by Michael when which was my middle name given to me at birth, when I was 17. So they already had a couple years practice with my name, which is now just like my first name. And then when I told them I was non-binary, they were cool with it. And then my sister, who I also said is also trans, had kind of been like, I feel like I've never talked to her about this part specifically, but I feel like she was waiting for the right time where she knew for 100% sure that my parents would not like
So like basically,
like
she like
shun
waited for
her or
you to go
anything.
first.
Yeah.
So
So
you
she,
got like you went
sorry, what was that?
first essentially. I'm sorry. I'm saying like you went first essentially.
Yeah, so I was 19. My sister's 2.5 years older than me, so she would have been 21, 22. And then 2 years later, when she was 24, she ended up coming out to my parents. And obviously, at that point, they were acquainted with non-binariness, transness, you know? So they were totally cool with my sister being who she was. And I'm just happy. Like, I didn't think that anything I said or did would help my sister to feel safe to come out. And then accidentally, I feel like through just coming out myself, my sister was able to see that it was a safe thing to come out to my parents as
I
well.
kind of think that's like the same thing with like me. Like my sister is like a lesbian, like full on lesbian. She doesn't like she's more of like a STEM, I guess you could say. Like she's not very masculine, but she's also very very feminine. So I would say she's like more of a STEM. So I think that kind of gave me a lot of like. Also, like my mom, like it's more my mom that's like was so much more accepting. But when it came to like the transit, and also like you said, like you never knew what like non-binary was. That's why like I advocate so hard for like kids knowing about what transgenderism is. Like you don't have to sit here and go in depth about things. But I think the same way like people get taught in sex ed about gay and lesbian people, I think it should be the same thing. Like there's trans people. Like I never knew that you could just sit here and you know, like for a lot of trans, and I don't know if you feel the same way, you know, fellow like trans man, but like my thing is like I never knew that like I could just sit here and take hormones, and I thought that like I had to sit here and like you know, do like hard body like bottom surgery, which is very very fucking invasive, and people don't understand how invasive bottom surgery is, especially for trans
Yep.
men and trans women. It's the same thing, like it's the same thing, but like it's just super invasive, and it's like it's not that like people don't want bottom surgery. It's just fucking invasive. Like it's a lot to like deal with, kind of thing. Sorry,
Yeah.
the one cat just had me crying. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's like you know I think that's why I advocate for shit like that. It's like you know, and I understand how much it sucks for listen, I'm for somebody who's essentially not 18 to like sit here and be like, hey, like I want to go on HRT, but like I can't because I'm too young or whatever the case will be. By the time that you do turn 18, like you're going through like your puberty already. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Exactly.
it's a lot. Like it's a very very great area. And I do understand how kids can sit here and be like they're very very flip floppy, but I think the people that are actually the way that they want to sit here and be, that's not like it's not the same thing. If that makes, do you understand what I'm trying to say? I don't know.
Kind of, I think so. But like for me, yeah, I thought like if I'm trans, then that I have to be a trans guy, you know?
Well,
And I didn't and I thought I had to like fully transition and be that.
yes,
And I didn't want that for myself. Um
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a universal thing, I feel like, for trans people. And a lot of times, not always, but with non binary people, um, we just don't know that there's any intermediate like option, and we only have to transition medically if we want to, as far as we want to. Like even for people who are non-binary, you can take hormones in smaller doses and based on like what changes you want. I
Yeah,
prefer to be on like a full dose of tea, so I am. But you can also stop the HRT at any point once you've had permanent changes that you like to the degree that you want them, as well. And like no trans person is obligated. Like it just took me time to realize like being who I am, sitting here being who I am, like doesn't require all of that. And then learning what being non-binary is helped a lot, and then all the care options for non-binary people helped a lot. I think bottom surgery is the only thing that like I'm just not dysphoric about down there, so I just don't want or need bottom surgery. But
Wait,
top
so
surgery
so
I've needed for a
you're
long
like
time.
a non-binary trans guy, right?
Yes,
Yes,
ish.
but actually no. No.
With guy at the end, that's when I'm like, do you mean guy in the gender neutral sense that gives me euphoria, or do you mean guy in the strict like man sense that
Well,
doesn't? So like I just identify as non-binary. If
right,
people want
but you
more
take
like
testosterone.
yeah, like I was about to say, if people want like more insight or explanation, sometimes I'll say that I'm mask, but that doesn't
Yep.
mean that I want to like present all of who I am as masculine. Right now, I dress very masculinely and in a lot of baggy clothes because it hides the innate feminine trait that is my chest right now. But once I get top surgery, I am like femboy vibes, kind of, I would say. Like I will be wearing a lot of like really like fitted tops, crop tops, like high-waisted
So you'd be
stuff. Like I love that kind of stuff.
I'm sorry, like I don't want to sound like a dickhead. Like seriously, I'm just like this is more for like educational purposes, right? So
You're
okay,
good.
so like so you said like okay, so like I understand like you're not like a you're a non-binary like trans guy, although like fuck the trans guy, it's fuck the guy part about the trans. Okay, cool. All right, so like so since like you non-binary or whatever, so like can you like just like explain that a little bit? Like, do you feel more like so like so if you do when you do get top surgery, right? So like you will sit here and like essentially present more as like a gay man. Is that like rude for me to say? Like
It's
I'm not
not
trying to be
rude
a
for you to
dickhead.
say. It's just very vague for me personally. I mean, I
Okay,
do
I'm sorry.
kind
I'm
of.
sorry. I'm just
It's
not trying
okay.
to be rude. I swear.
No, you're totally good. I think I get what you're asking. So like, I guess with certain stereotypes, yes. But that doesn't mean that like I am more quote unquote gay or less quote unquote gay. Like I'm still interested in the same
Yeah.
type of people. It's just my own gender expression and how I want to present with this like androgyny where people will look at me and be like, is that a guy? Is that a
Or
girl?
is
Like
that
that's my
yeah, yeah.
euphoria, you know?
Okay,
So
okay.
I want to meet that place. And also I just love like fashion and style, and I've always loved expressing myself through the style of clothes that I wear and the colors and stuff. And like before I like came out, when I was like still masking and presenting as a woman, like I wore a lot of that stuff until it like became to a point where I'm like I don't have to go through the dysphoria that naturally comes with that right now for me. So that's when I kind of
Okay.
switched to a more androgynous style, but that just requires a lot of masculine like choices in my fashion in order to like outweigh the innate femininity that is my chest, like I was talking about earlier. So I
Okay,
just
yeah, that
want to
makes
be able to
sense.
play with androgyny more, if that makes
That
sense.
makes no, that does make a lot of sense. But my thing, like, okay, so I don't know. So basically, like, I had this was like years ago. Okay, so please don't fucking drag me for this. Okay,
It's
please don't
okay.
nobody
We
drag me
were
for this
all
shit.
younger
All
ones.
right, yeah.
Dragging you
So
immediately.
basically, I had yeah, and I'm about to get dragged. I swear. But all right. So basically, what happened was right. So I was on Snapchat. Basically did a poll on Snapchat, and I was like asking questions, right? So there was this trans woman that, and this was a gay man when I had first met this person because I had worked with them at this fucking clothing place that doesn't even matter. Whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Right. So I guess like she was like on my body and like she had transitioned like way before me, but she was also like a non binary trans woman. Okay. right? So like my thing is like this said trans woman was like 6'3". I am not that tall. Okay, I'm tall, but like not that tall. Okay, boom. I don't care about any of that. I don't give a flying fuck. Like I don't even care if you're a cis woman, you're taller than me, I'll date you, whatever. It doesn't matter. My thing. But so I had a poll and I was like, oh, like ask me questions. She's like, oh, like what are you into? And I was like, well, I'm into like girls, girls, girls. Like I'm a trans guy, yes, but I don't like cis men. I don't like I like cis women. Okay, like that's just like that's like my niche, I guess. Cool, cool, cool. And she was like, okay, so like she's like, so you don't like trans women? And I was like, I'm not gonna say I don't like trans women, but I would just I guess like no because I haven't really like sat here and had somebody that would like change my mind or whatever it could be. And it's something I'm not open about it, but it's just like I don't know. I like cis women. I don't know, kind of thing. And so she called me transphobic though, like about that. And I was like, how am I transphobic? Like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, does it have to do with genitalia? And I was like, well, like kind of, sorta. Like, does that make me like? Point is, like, do you guys think that
This
like
is so
I'm?
valid.
Yeah, do
Okay.
you guys think that like I'm transphobic for like
I have a
not
funny
fucking with a
story with
trans
this.
woman because like she doesn't have like I don't like it's just not my cup of like and I feel like I'm not being transphobic because like it's not like if people that don't want to date me because I'm a trans guy I think it's more of a preference like I don't think it's like
So
listen I don't care like I don't
Really
care like
quickly,
you know
I'm
what
not
I'm saying
dragging you.
I'll answer that
I'm about to get
question.
dragged
Yeah, we're
I'm
not
about to
No,
get
you're not.
dragging
dragged
you. But real quick to answer that question, I think terminology is a big thing here as well. But like, so like, I uh, I think you would, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think that you would date a trans woman if she had both top and bottom surgery,
I
and
also just don't think so I don't think so though I'm not gonna lie I don't think so
at that point, that's getting on to transphobic territory because everything is exactly what your genital preference is as well. So
yeah
like
I get that
you
okay
should be open to dating all women if they have the genital preference that you want. I mean, I know that like yeah, it's they call it neo vagina, I believe. But
what
it
is that
literally looks the same and it functions very similarly. Like they're like self
that's like
lubricating
a
to
trans
an
woman getting
extent
bottom
as well.
surgery
So sorry, what was that?
I said that's a trans woman getting like bottom surgery, like the neo vagina, like
Correct.
neo
Yeah,
vagina.
that's what medically
Okay,
is called.
okay,
But
okay.
like it functions this like you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. A cis guy wouldn't be able to tell the difference unless
Yeah,
it was disclosed.
that's totally fine. Like, but I've never like sat here and like dealt with anybody that has been a trans woman, let alone had like bottom surgery. Like, it's not like my thing is like with her, it was more like first of all, like no, I don't even want to say a lot, but basically, she had like a fucking oh man, like she was just like way bigger than me. One and two, and she was just like huge compared to obviously compared to me, regardless, like downstairs, right? So like, and I say I had nothing like I think
And that's
she was
genital
the
preference.
coolest
That
person.
part's okay.
Yeah, but like she told me she's transphobic, and I was like, I guess like I don't agree with that at all. Like I don't know. Maybe I sound like an asshole. Like I don't know.
So
I sound like an
Yeah, I hope I
asshole. I'm
made
sorry,
clear what
guys.
I find transphobic and what I don't find transphobic in my response. Feel free to ask questions, and also I know political wants to speak. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, so if it's because they're trans, then I would say yes, that's a little transphobic.
No, it
If
wasn't because
it's
she was
if it's
trans.
if it's because of the genital issue, or you're not into super tall women, like that's not your thing, like that's valid, right? Then you're not ruling, like you wouldn't rule me out because I'm trans. You'd rule me out because I'm 6'1" and I have a penis, and
That's
you don't want my penis. Fun
yeah.
fact, I don't
Well,
want my
hold on,
penis
because
either. We're on the same
if I
page.
say that like I don't want penis, is that still transphobic though?
No.
No, that's just genital
So I feel like
preference.
that's really what the fuck it was because because she called me transphobic. Oh, and I was really like lost and like this was like years ago, but even then I'm like, and I sit here and ask you for this because I'm like, I feel like I understand what people like. Seriously, I understand where you're coming from, but like, it's just like I know, like I just
Yeah.
that's not my cup of tea.
The
It's
last
not. I'm
thing I have to
sorry.
say on that one is that if you've banged, then you've probably, possibly banged a trans woman and not even known it. That's the part where, like, we're talking about neo vaginas and stuff. Like, that should never be the reason either. Like, if they've had surgery, you might not even know that they're trans at that juncture. And
Yeah,
they
no,
don't
the
like
person I'm talking about did not have bottom surgery at all.
exactly.
And
So
and
like
they would
that's a
like sit
different
here
scenario for
and
sure.
like swing like big dick energy. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly.
Like they
Like
had a huge fucking dick, and like good for
none of
that person,
us
like
will call
seriously,
you
but like not my
transphobic
cup
for
of
that.
tea. Like not my cup. Yeah, but she called me
Yeah.
transphobic. I was like, what the fuck? Like I think that's
That
weird.
part
Like
is not
I-
in people with functioning brains minds. That part is
I
not
felt like such an
transphobic.
asshole though. Like I felt like such an asshole. I'm like, I don't feel like I'm like I shouldn't feel like an asshole because like I just feel like that's like my preference. Like I don't care
Sorry
if
to that
people don't want
person,
to
but
fuck with
fuck
me
her.
because I'm a trans guy because I don't have like a fucking
Yeah,
cisgender penis. Like
low key
I
fuck
get
her
that.
for that part.
Yeah, it plays into the joke that I made with a friend who I was having this conversation with years back. Was you wouldn't want to date me? And he's like, no. And I'm like, is it because of my penis? And he's like, I mean, among other things, but like, yeah, that's probably the biggest one. And I'm like, that's cool. So you don't want my dick. Fun fact, I don't want my dick either. We're on the same page. We agree on this. Neither of us
Yeah,
want my
no,
penis.
I get that. Yeah, no, I totally
Who wants a
understand that.
penis?
Yeah, I
Going
get that.
once, going twice, sold.
Oh no, that's my
Yeah.
favorite. That's my favorite. Fuck off is suck my dick. Limited time offer. Supplies are running out.
No, that's really a good one. I like that. I like that.
I think I'm gonna
But
end
yeah, I
stream
don't
here
know.
though
I
too.
just
So
all right. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you good.
yeah,
But
just
yeah, it was good
feeling.
talking to you guys.
I feel a little
For the trans men?
overstimulated. But
No,
yeah,
you're okay.
all good. But yeah, it's been a good conversation. I like how both of you. I give you both follow backs, and as long as it's not too crowded up here, you're always welcome.
Real quick before we cut
Thanks
down,
for hosting.
I do want to let the trans men in the group know that the trans mask version of that, or the AFAB trans people, would be suck my dick. You can pre-order it today.
I
Yes.
love it.
Yes, I love that.
That's
Wow,
incredible.
I'm gonna start using that to people watch.
Oh yeah, no, it's hilarious. The look on people's faces when you hit them with that kind of shit, they don't know what to do. Because they're used to suck my dick, but they're not used to you can pre-order it or limited time offer, and so they don't know how to respond to it anymore.
Yeah, it's
Iconic.
It's so
Breaks their
bewildering to
brain.
them that like they have to like think about it, and they just go, oh, I don't know, yeah. It just overwhelms them, breaks them.
It's so great.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yep. But all right, yeah, it was nice
You guys have a good
meeting
one.
all of you guys. Yeah, everybody be safe. Much love.
Don't tell
and
me
all
how to
that.
live my life.
See you
I
around.
won't. Okay.
Have
You know what? You have a shitty day. No, I'm just playing.
No,
I'm
you're
just
still
playing.
telling me how to live my life. No.
Have the day you'd like to have.
Thank you.
Damn.
There you
Have
go.
a good day. I wanted to have a shit day.
Exactly. No,
I wanted to
Nah,
have a
it's
good
already
day.
been a good day. Sorry.
I got an 8.5 hour shift ahead of me, and I've already worked for 40 hours this week. I'm not having a good day.
Oh, that's rough.
It's okay. The money will be nice.
That's nice.
There you got that. You got that. The money will be swell.
Silver lining.
Okay.
But all right, yeah.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Bye, dudes.
Love.
And lady.
My dudes and ladies, yes.